Rashad. Welcome to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., as the city plays host to the 50th annual NBA All-Star Game. There's plenty of excitement here at the MCI Center as the NBA's best get set to take the court in the league's mid-season showcase. Let's get things started with a live report from both locker rooms. We begin with Lewis Johnson, who's covering the Eastern Conference. Lewis.
All right, Ahmad, thanks a lot. You know, I walk through these locker rooms in the regular season, and you can really feel the tension and the pressure, but not in this All-Star locker room. Everything is relaxed. As a matter of fact, here's a great example. I've been watching this playboard for the last 20 minutes, and not one player has come over to see what they're supposed to do in this game. You know what their plans are. They've got a nice spread of food back here, Anthony Mason checking it out. But the one thing that surprised me was potato chips before a basketball game? Whatever works. Hey, Ray Allen won the three-point shooting contest. I don't see the globe behind you there, but I guess you're ready anyway.
Oh, yeah. I hope hopefully the momentum will carry me back into the day.
All right, good luck with you. Jerry, I know you have this thing for gummy bears. Where are the gummy bears before the game, man?
They're all gone. I'm just stuck with cookies for now.
Stuck with cookies. Okay. Good luck to you. And then Tracy McGrady, a first-time All-Star. Here you are sitting next to Grant Hill, and you look across the locker room. You see Mutombo Morning. What is it like for you to see this and be a part of it?
It's great, man. This is a great feeling. I'm having so much fun.
Enjoying that gum, too.
Enjoying the gum.
All right, good luck to you. That's what's happening here in the Eastern Conference locker room. Let's check in with Jim Gray, who is with the Western Conference. Jim?
All right, thank you, Lewis. They are lacing them up in here as they get ready in the Western Conference. Rick Adelman spoke to his team. He's the coach, but the guy who really has had the most to say is the glove, Gary Payton. So go ahead and give it to your teammates. Give them their final instructions.
Yeah, I got to give y'all your final instructions. Hey, see, well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hey, what's happening, baby? You need an extra? All right. Come along. Just make baskets, baby. Make baskets. Hey, Shaq Deezy. What's going on? Kazam. All right. What's happening, baby? All right. Yes, sir. KG. OBF, man. Original Black Family, baby. All right. All right. Here go my boy, J.K. Boy, I don't know what you was doing trying to be Dennis Rodman little brother, but you something else, man. Remember Dennis Rodman little brother? Man, I was saying it, man. I don't know what he was thinking about, but that's my boy, man.
Hey, Gary, I don't think that Coach Adelman has anything to worry about, but Jamie Foxx might. Thanks for your motivational speech there.
Oh, yeah, I got to keep them right. I got to keep them on their toes.
Ahmad, pretty loose down here. Upstairs to you.
All right, Jim, Gary Payton. Tonight has a special meaning for two All-Stars, but for different reasons. For Tracy McGrady, it's his first appearance in the game. David Robinson, on the other hand, is a 10-time All-Star, and he's returning home to the Washington area. We followed both of them during the All-Star weekend.
Here we go at the White House, capital city, Washington, D.C. Getting ready for my first All-Star appearance. I'm very excited.
You know, everyone is unique, and especially coming home. This is where I grew up, and going to the Naval Academy is kind of coming home for me.
The young talent is really what's happening now.
Let me make this clear. My wife buys the Iverson jerseys and the Carter jerseys. I don't buy them.
Tracy, let me introduce my boy, T. This is David Jr.
How old are you?
He's going to be way better than Dad.
I still might be in the league when you get it.
Terrific. That's it. I got one more quick smack. Let's put those in here, buddy.
No, these guys need their shoes for the games tomorrow. You won't be asking everybody for their shoes.
Perfect. Yeah, Chris Evans. That's yours. That's yours.
You know, the thing about that is if Tracy stays around, he might have a chance to play with one of one of the sons there. I'm joined now by Kevin Johnson and P.J. Carlesimo. Peter Bessie remains on the injured list. Now, Kevin, you played in 3 of these games. What's the most fun part of it?
You enjoy getting to know some guys away from the court. These are guys that you don't get a chance to talk to, see their families, their kids. Incredible experience. You enjoy that, but then you enjoy coming to the arena to suit it up, playing against the world's best players in this All-Star game.
Now, P.J., you had a special trip down here with some some pretty good players, huh?
Came down on the NBA special train from New Jersey along with Tim Duncan, Stephon Marbury. We picked up the Sixer coaches and players in Philadelphia. To hear Stephon Marbury talk about how much this meant to be picked for this game, he's looking forward so much. Tim Duncan can't wait to throw up the first ball. So the excitement from the players, it's going to be a great evening.
And one other good story is Stephon Marbury did not expect to be in this game. He had booked a vacation to the Bahamas. When he found out he was coming here, he raffled off his trip to the Bahamas, sent the people down with a hotel room and spending money. That's a point guard. That's a point guard, and that's an all-star thing there. All right, right now we're going to meet the 2001 All-Stars with an assist from the Admiral, David Robinson.
And now, here's your 2001 NBA All-Stars.
Iverson, McGrady, Carter, Robinson, Mason, Mutombo, Allen, Davis, Houston, Marbury, Sprewell, Stackhouse, Bryant, Kidd, Duncan, Weber, Garnett, Diva, Robinson, Finley, Malone, McDyess, Payton, Wallace.
Did you get all that?
Okay, who are you?
The milkman?
Do you have a sidekick?
No.
A nemesis?
A what?
A bad guy?
I'm a people person.
Have you been fighting crime long?
I don't fight crime.
What do you fight?
Osteoporosis. A never-ending supply of milk. And chocolate milk.
Want strong bones? Calcium may help prevent osteoporosis.
This is my dream. That there will be no such thing as superstars. Only team. Dream. Their pride will be measured in games won, not shots taken. That the sport will be for guys in uniforms, not guys in three-piece suits. That there will be less player hate and more love for the game. This is my dream today.
Professor, we got issues with this ball.
Yes, number 8. We've been expecting you. I must show you our latest innovation. The Spalding Infusion Basketball. When you find yourself in trouble, release the hidden micro pump and increase the air pressure. This should give you the edge you need. Use caution number 8. The Eastern Conference will stop at nothing to get this ball.
You've done it again, Professor. This is perfect.
The new Infusion Basketball from Spalding, coming May 1st.
Speed, reliability, performance. The qualities that won Lance Armstrong the Tour de France. Now, they're available in international delivery. Introducing Global Express Guaranteed from the U.S. Postal Service and DHL. Delivery to over 200 countries in as little as 2 days guaranteed. Now, you'll know which team to ride with.
Fly like an eagle.
Express.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by Blue from American Express and by Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
The best players in basketball take center stage tonight, and two of the brightest stars are Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant. They're with a man who was a four-time All-Star himself, Doug Collins. Doug?
Well, Ahmad, we have three great leapers in the NBA here. I'm going to talk to the first one here, Kobe Bryant. Kobe, I know it's an exciting time for you to be here. You got a championship ring. You've been a little beat up this year, but what does it mean for you to be here? I know you love this kind of competition.
Well, I've been watching this game ever since I was a little kid, and watching all the great players play, Michael, Magic, Bird. And have an opportunity to play in this game, even though you're injured. It's a great time.
Now, let me ask you a question. This guy standing beside me, does he help bring the best out in you?
Oh, absolutely. He's a great basketball player. You know, we go up against one another. Me and Vince have been playing against each other since high school. We play on the same AAU team, so, you know, we go way back.
All right. Now, Vince, for yourself now, leading vote getter. You got one Olympic gold medal this summer. What does this game mean to you?
It means a whole lot. You know, I mean, it's for the fans, it's for the players to have a good time and
put the season aside for a second, just go out there and have a good time, bring out your tricks.
Now, okay, talk about tricks, all right? Last year, you set this place abuzz with the dunk competition. We didn't see it. Did you save it for the game?
Yeah, I got a little something that I've been holding, so I'm just going to go out there, have a good time, and who knows.
All right, good luck to both of you guys. Let's go to Lewis Johnson.
All right, thanks a lot, Doug. I'm with Allen Iverson. And Allen, you grew up in the D.C. area, attended Georgetown. What is it like to have this All-Star game right here in your backyard?
It's great. You know, it's great to look over there and see Coach Thompson here to come support me in the game. My family, my friends, everybody from home. Some of the people I, came in contact with when I got to college. So, I mean, it's a great feeling. It's something that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life.
You know, when I watch you play during the regular season, you're so intense, slashing to the basket. What are you going to do today? You relax a little bit and sort of let it hang, or how do you play this game?
I want to make sure that the guys on my team get a chance to show off. You know, I got the point guard honors, so I'm going to make sure everybody be happy and get them the ball, try to throw a couple lobs. I just want to have fun, man, and I'm looking forward to getting back with my teammate and trying to win a championship.
I'll let you get back to warm-up. Thanks, Allen.
All right, thanks.
Let's go over to Jim Gray.
All right, Lewis, thank you very much, with Chris Webber of the Sacramento Kings and the grand old man of this game, Karl Malone, your number 13 All-Star game. Karl, you've really embraced this year. Why so much this year as in years past?
Well, because I think it's a great honor to be here, and I think I'm representing all the old school, the guys that I've met here not too long ago at the 50 greatest and things like that. And of course, you got guys like Chris that's carrying the torch on. But like I said, it's one of those things I realize my career is not forever, and I just wanted to enjoy it and try to do what I can for the league as a whole.
All right, Karl, we enjoy seeing you play. Good luck today. Chris Webber, back in Washington, D.C., what's it been like for you to return here with so much success this time?
It's been great. You know, I have my family here, my brothers, and it's just good to take them around and show them all the festivities here, the jam sessions, three-point dunk contest. So it's just been fun being here.
All right, Chris, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
All right, Ahmad, let's shoot it back upstairs to you.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. As Jim mentioned, Karl Malone is making his 13th All-Star appearance. Now, if you think that's a lot, the record is held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 19-time All-Star. But it seems as though the mailman is enjoying himself more than he has in the past few years. Coming up next, we will talk with more of the stars from both teams, including the Knicks' Latrell Sprewell. But first, we want to take a look back at some of the highlights from All-Star Saturday night.
The MVP award has been given to Wally Zerbiak. Ruthie Bolton Holyfield and Peja Stojakovic have brought the two-ball crown to Sacramento. Ray Allen of the Milwaukee Bucks with a blistering performance. Desmond Mason. He attacked the front of the rim.
A year ago, I'm bumming. I'm seeing hair here and hair there, so I started using Rogaine.
Rogaine is clinically proven to help stop hair loss.
Look, nothing here, nothing here. It's all
Rogaine, stronger than heredity.
Welcome to America Online, new version 6.0. The easiest just got even easier.
You just plug it in and you go.
With 6.0, all the best features are even better.
You've got mail.
Customer service is always there to help. Parental controls help safeguard our kids.
Nobody else has all these features.
It keeps me closer to my family and friends.
There's never been a better time to join.
6.0 is the best AOL ever. America Online, new version 6.0. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4online now.
Twinkle, twinkle, superstar. Here's what people think we are. Greed, ego, I, me, my. Winning's cool, but scoring's fly? Twinkle, twinkle, superstar. Respect the game. It got us far.
Can't sleep.
Listen.
Rain?
Not just any rain. It's our rain. On our roof.
Each year, millions of people spend their first night in a home of their own.
Think it'll rain all night?
I hope so.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Together later. The doctor said it's not contagious.
Now
Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
What's that? Hershey's pot of gold? I thought we weren't exchanging gifts this year.
We're not.
Hershey's pot of gold. It's that good.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by Sprite. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite. And by Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home.
There are 6 first-time All-Stars this year, but at the age of 24, Kevin Garnett is already making his 4th appearance. And right now, he's with Jim Gray. Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. And no one has more fun here, maybe other than Gary Payton, Kevin Garnett. Kevin, how do you balance the fun of this and the tradition of the game? Because I know the history is very important to you.
I mean, it's very simple. You know, the object gets to win, but at the same time, you come out and have some fun, enjoy your teammates, enjoy the event. You know, All-Star only goes around once, so you have to enjoy it while you can.
And in your case, the 4th time. Good luck today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, let's go to Lewis Johnson with Latrell Sprewell.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Latrell, you were appointed by the commissioner for this NBA All-Star Game to replace Grant Hill. Were you surprised?
It was a pleasant surprise, but, you know, I'm happy to be here. Obviously, the commissioner, you know, put me back on, so, you know. But I also have to give a lot of thanks to a lot of fans because I did have a lot of votes, and a lot of people out there voted for me, so I want to thank all of you guys.
All right, we'll let you get back to warm-ups. Thanks, Latrell, and good luck.
Thank you.
Let's get back to my main man, Ahmad.
All right, thank you very much, Lewis. Now, PJ, after the incident with you, Latrell is back in the All-Star Game. And it seems like he's come full circle. What are your feelings about it?
Well, I think he's done an exceptional job. He makes a good point, number 3 in the voting, but he's here because he deserves to be here, and it's his 4th All-Star Game. I just wish people would accept it for what he's done since he's been in New York. He's done a remarkable job. Put everything else behind him. It's not a concern for me and him. Wish it would stop being big for everybody else.
It's a great point of a guy who put his past behind him. I know it was a bad incident, but it's truly redemption. He's on the right track. I know you're rooting for him. So is everybody around the league, and it's just good to see him back on track.
All right. So now the West has a lot of your Sacramento Kings there. They got the coach, Rick Adelman. They got Chris Webber. They got Vlade Divac. So do you think that the edge here goes to the West, Kevin?
Of course. You got Jason Kidd running the point and the Sacramento Kings. I love the West.
Oh, was that kind of a split there? Jason Kidd plays for Phoenix.
That's right. I'll take them both.
Okay. We're closing in on game time, and coming up, we'll have the introduction of the lineups for the 2001 NBA All-Star Game. And in this political town, the debate is raging on Capitol Hill. Will it be the East or the West?
Right now, you have all the small players, all the flashy players, all the exciting players.
Oh, man. We got instant fast break with Jason Kidd.
We have Allen Iverson, myself, Vince Carter.
But if you got to get past that little dotted line, you got 7-footers, 6'11", 6'11".
The thing is, y'all going to be on the other side of the court.
One person was like, me and you, we're going to, let's see.
Well,
let's just take it.
Well, see, I play a different position. I'm a little on the side, so I think I might have to go get one of my other big guys.
We're going to sell it on the floor, all right? Deal?
Deal.
All right, let's go.
It's the return of Superstar Thursday with Susan Sarandon on another supersized Friends.
There you go.
Plus a Friends special with never-before-seen outtakes that'll never be seen again. Then Ellen DeGeneres is on Will and Grace, and Pamela Anderson's on Just Shoot Me.
Now let's end this with a nice, big, long hug.
Superstar Thursday on NBC.
Other light beers have their place. We just don't recommend drinking them. Amstel Light, the beer drinker's light beer.
Change things up. Get a little wild.
Mix things up with McDonald's new taste menu and pile on the bacon. Try our mouth-watering bacon, egg, and cheese bagel and our zesty bacon ranch crispy chicken sandwich. Just a couple of the unexpected tastes you'll find on our always changing new taste menu.
Right now, during the Ford President's Day sales event, get spectacular savings on new Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. Now is the time to buy. With financing as low as 0.9%, 0.9 Online offers you tremendous finance savings or cash back up to $2,000, which can be used as a down payment. All around, the President's Day sales event at your local Ford dealer is like nothing you've ever seen.
Unlike watery tasting light beer, Amstel Light makes your mouth water. Amstel Light, the beer drinker's light beer.
11 investigates drunk drivers beating the system. Monday at 11.
Game. It'll be seen around the world in 210 countries in 42 different languages. Now, one man who could probably speak most of those languages is Dikembe Mutombo, but he's not calling the game. He's playing in it. The guys who are calling the game are Marv Albert and Doug Collins. So let's join them right now.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad and Doug. Tonight is a matchup of power versus speed and quickness. And when you take a look at these two all-star rosters, starting with the West, even without the injured Shaquille O'Neal, that Western squad is sheer power.
Well, Marv, the frightening thing, not only sheer power, but these guys can run and they can shoot. And you take a look, just a few of the guys you're going to be seeing. Chris Webber, an MVP candidate who's led Sacramento to a great record. Rasheed Wallace has led Portland to the best record in the West. Tim Duncan, healthy once again, leading San Antonio. And Kevin Garnett, his team has won 11 straight games. And when you look at the roster and you talk power, 8 guys, 6'9" or better. So the game plan is very simple. Get the ball out, pound it inside, and take advantage of their size, Marv.
As for the East, we're looking at a prolific scoring group, and it's a group that does its scoring for the most part from the perimeter.
Well, in order to run, you got to have the ball, so you got to rebound or you got to create some turnovers. And when they do, there could be some electricity in this building. Vince Carter, one of the most exciting players in the NBA, getting out, dunking in the open court. Latrell Sprewell, who loves to run, slash and cut. And then Allen Iverson, who will be a favorite here, went to school at Georgetown, would love to get the MVP award. And when you take a look at their roster and you talk speed, 7 guys 6'6" or under. So their game plan is very simple. Get the ball out and run before the big guys can get back. Should be fun, Marv.
So coming up, it's the 50th NBA All-Star Game. We're just about set for the player introductions. Let's go to the public address from the Washington Wizards, the PA man, Kevin Heilbrunner.
Jordan spins it in the lane, strikes it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., home of NBA All-Star 2001. Turn on your All-Star lights. The NBA All-Star Game is about to begin. Let's meet the NBA All-Stars 2001. First, here are your Western Conference All-Stars. The trainer for the West team from the Houston Rockets, Keith Jones. The assistant coaches from the Sacramento Kings, John Wetzel, Pete Carrill, and Elston Turner. The head coach for the West, making his second All-Star coaching appearance from the Sacramento Kings, Rick Adelman. And now the players from the Western Conference. Voted as a starter for his 8th consecutive All-Star team, unable to compete due to injury. At 7'1", the center for the Los Angeles Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal. From the Dallas Mavericks, 6'7" forward and 2-time NBA All-Star Michael Finley. first All-Star Game appearance, Antonio McDyess. From the Portland Trail Blazers, 6'11" forward and two-time All-Star, Rasheed Wallace. From the Sacramento Kings, making his first All-Star appearance, 7'1" center, Vlade Divac. At 7'1", making his 10th All-Star Game appearance, the center from the San Antonio Spurs, David Robinson. From the Seattle Supersonics, 6'4" guard and 7-time All-Star, Gary Payton. And at 6'9", 12-time NBA All-Star forward from the Utah Jazz, Karl Malone. And now the starting five, 3-time NBA All-Star, 7-foot forward from the San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan. At 6'10", making his third All-Star team and first starting appearance, Sacramento Kings forward, Chris Webber. A 6'11" forward from the Minnesota Timberwolves, 4-time NBA All-Star, Kevin Garnett. A 4-time NBA All-Star, 6'4" guard from the Phoenix Suns, Jason Kidd. And at 6'7", 3-time All-Star guard from the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2001 Western Conference All-Star. And now your Eastern Conference All-Stars. The trainer for the East team, from your Washington Wizards, Kevin Johnson. The assistant coaches from the Philadelphia 76ers, Randy Ayers, Maurice Cheeks, and John Huster. The head coach for the East, coaching his second NBA All-Star game, from the Philadelphia 76ers, Larry Brown. And now the East Team All-Stars, voted as a starter and unable to compete due to injury. At 6'8", 6-time All-Star forward from the Orlando Magic, Grant Hill. Also voted as a starter but unable to compete due to injury, 4-time All-Star, 6'10" center from the Miami Heat, Alonzo Mourning. Unable to compete due to injury, selected to his first All-Star team at 6'10", center for the Philadelphia 76ers, Theo Ratliff. the New York Knicks, 6'6" guard and two-time NBA All-Star, Allen Houston. And a 6'5", making his fourth All-Star appearance, forward from the New York Knicks, the starting lineup at 6'7", the top voted NBA All-Star for the second consecutive year. At forward from the Toronto Raptors, Vince Carter. From the Miami Heat, making his first All-Star appearance, 6'8" forward, Anthony Mason. Making his first All-Star appearance at 6'9", center forward from the Toronto Raptors, Antonio Davis. Making his first NBA All-Star appearance at 6'8", guard forward from the Orlando Magic, Tracy McGrady. And at 6 feet, playing in his second consecutive All-Star game, guard from the Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson. The 2001 Eastern Conference All-Star. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the NBA 2001 All-Star. Spectacle of music, motion and color, blast. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise for the singing of the national anthems of the United States and Canada. Performing the Canadian national anthem is Toronto native Deborah Cox.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand
Here to honor the United States with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner is a great young talent. Please give a warm welcome to Columbia recording artist Jessica Simpson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the lands of the and the
Well, this is a series that dates back to 1951, the very first NBA All-Star game taking place at the old Boston Garden. Here in our nation's capital, we're at the MCI Center, and coming up in a moment, the 50th NBA All-Star Classic.
Hey, Dale, what's the four-letter word for farm wagon?
Need a ride? Pick up specially marked Coke and you could win a ride with one of the Coke Racing family drivers. Plus, race tickets and passes to the Coca-Cola Racing Family Reunion.
It has the DNA of giants in its sheet metal. Cars that raced on field of honor. It has motor oil for blood and a 250 horsepower heart. Because 40 years ago, like today, there were just two kinds of cars on the road. Those that pass and those that get passed. Chrysler 300M, the most powerful car in its class. Now, very well qualified lessees can lease the 300M for $399 a month.
Shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. I want my people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want the people to be free, to be free, to be free. I'm to unite and let's all get down. Gotta have what? Gotta have that love. Peace and understanding. One life, one aim, one voice, one fight.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. It's in the NBA. Is it in you? By Chrysler. We're reinventing the passion for driving. And by Jordan.
Gotta love this. I love it. You can't beat it, baby. Look at this man run with us. Oh, man. I'll run these big fools. Look and see where. Hey, excuse me. There you go.
All right, Latrell Sprewell, Vince Carter, both obviously excited about tonight's get-together. Just a couple of guys getting together to talk basketball prior to the All-Star game. Let's go over to Jim Gray with the West coach, Rick Adelman.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. Rick, is this difficult tonight, dividing up the playing time? A lot of guys want to play, some are hurt. You got big guys and so forth.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but I'm going to try to get everybody in the first half and then go from there.
I guess if you had this group all the time, no coach would ever lose their job. Is it an easy game to coach?
It's an easy game. We looked at the bench, see the players we have. It's not too hard to substitute.
All right, Rick, we'll check in with you throughout the night. Good luck. All right, let's go down to Lewis Johnson.
All right, thanks a lot. I'm with Grant Hill, and it's so odd to see you standing here on crutches. It must be disappointing. Talk about how tough it is to watch, Grant.
I mean, it's been tough. It's been a tough year, but actually being here is kind of therapeutic, hanging out with the guys, and this incentivized me to get healthy and get back out here next year.
It seems like you got into the entire part of this thing. You were back in the training room hanging out with the guys. You've been in the locker room talking with them. What can you share, even though you're not able to play?
Well, these guys, these guys are great guys, and the guys just have fun. They're coming out here tonight, put on a show, and these guys, the West guys beat us last year, so we're going to go out there and try to win, and hopefully we'll do well.
All right, and good luck in your recovery, Grant. All right, Marv?
All right, thanks, Lewis. Grant Hill grew up in nearby Reston, Virginia, and had been looking forward to playing in an All-Star game in his hometown, but that season-ending ankle surgery has put him on the sidelines. The officials, Dan Crawford working his second All-Star game, Ed F. Rush, Don Vaden working in their first. Doug, the East overall has the edge 31-18 last season in Oakland. West beat the East 137-126. The East had won the previous 3 games.
Marv, the thing I love so much about this is about a week before the All-Star game, you'll always hear guys posturing about, I'm tired. I could use the rest. I really don't want to go there. And then you see these guys get here and the smile on their face. They get in that locker room and the adrenaline rush of coming out and performing against the best players in the NBA. It's a high you can't even explain, and it's fun to see these guys. This is going to be fun for them.
Last year, Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal shared MVP honors. Tim Duncan once again in the starting lineup for the West.
How about that starting front like Garnett, Duncan, and Weber for the West? You don't even have Shaq out there. You see Rasheed Wallace, McDyess. The list goes on that front line.
And here's Allen Iverson out of Georgetown, and a huge favorite of this area to Vince Carter. And Jason Kidd with the rebound. Kidd being played by Iverson. We're just underway. Garnett over Carter. And last touch by Garnett.
Well, you could see there in the first possessions, Vince Carter tries to take Garnett out on the floor. Garnett tries to take Vince Carter inside. That's exactly what you have to do with a size mismatch.
Iverson to the fadeaway. And here's Kobe Bryant. Kobe bothered by the right shoulder. The right hip injuries. Remained an extra day in Los Angeles to receive treatment. Bryant. Rejected by McGrady.
I really believe that when Tracy McGrady gets Grant Hill back, you're going to see his level of defense go up and up and up. Right now, he has to do so much for this team offensively that sometimes on the defensive end, Marv, you see him slide a little bit. Not today. You'll see him play tough defense.
Garnett. And that is the first field goal of the night. Allen Iverson having an outstanding season. One of the leading contenders for most valuable player honors. Tracy McGrady of the Orlando Magic. A look for the back door. He thought Antonio Davis would be cutting, but he was not. Antonio Davis of the Raptors, a late addition, replacing the injured Theo Ratliff of the Sixers. The East starting center is out with that stress fracture. Chris Webber. And here comes Iverson in the open floor. Iverson, nice feed. Oh, it's rejected. He tried to set up McGrady, but Duncan stripped him.
Well, when he brought that ball back, Duncan was waiting as he exposed it. This is exactly what the East wants to do, run. But remember, we talked in our open, these big men can run as well. Duncan gets back and gets the great block.
Iverson to the crossover. Iverson to the fadeaway. And Anthony Mason able to keep it alive. McGrady, he thought he had Mason, miscommunication. But we are actually seeing some defensive play here in the early going.
Absolutely, your pride comes out. All the East has heard is how big these guys are from the West. They're saying, we're going to lock into these guys, not let them put it on the floor.
Duncan off the backdoor setup from Bryant.
Well, it's really good to see him healthy once again, Marv. He is starting now to really put San Antonio in a position where people are talking about possibly getting back to that NBA championship level again.
Kidd lays it up for Bryant. And Kobe not able to put it down. Bryant went behind the back, and Weber was hit. Fouled on the reach-in. Foul committed by Carter. Doug, you took part in 4 All-Star games. One memorable one. The late 70s where you gave way to John Havlicek. You were voted the starter, and Hondo was at the end of his career.
Right. It was actually
gracious of you.
Well, actually, you're talking about Philly-Boston rivalry there, too, in the days when that was a very, very heated rivalry. And Marv, John was always one of my favorite players, and to have the opportunity to do that, and I'll never forget it, because anytime I went back to Boston forever, it was like I was a Celtic almost, and that's hard when you're wearing that Sixer jersey. But a great thrill for me, and John, all-time great player.
It is a 5-0 lead for the West. Anthony Mason, who's been the MVP of the Miami Heat. Allen Iverson. Crowd rooting so hard for Iverson to get going. Kidd. Beautifully done by Jason Kidd.
Actually, very good defense, and he was so good he was able to recover. I don't know who it was that time from the East to be able to get him deflected, but Jason Kidd recovers it and is able to get the layup.
Carter. The tip is missed, and the East not able to hit on their first 6 shot attempts. Nice pass from Kidd to set it up for Duncan. Jason Kidd leads the NBA in assists, as he did last year. He's averaging 10 assists per game.
You see Anthony Mason with the good hands there, knocks that ball loose, but Jason Kidd, great concentration and recovery. It's amazing. You look at this West team, and you've got Jason Kidd pushing the ball up the floor on one wing. It was Weber on the other, Duncan. 2 guys who could play small forward, power forward, or center. So you're not talking about the prototypical big guy. You're talking about guys who can play multiple positions.
Well, the West in front by the count of 9-0. Here's Iverson. Well, he thought he had McGrady breaking for the basket. Duncan got the step, able to beat Davis.
Boy, have we seen his confidence grow, Marv, in the last 3 weeks.
And Garnett back to break it up. Yes, Tim Duncan started slowly, recovering from that knee surgery, but has come on strong. The Spurs have won 8 of the last 9. And more good news, they're expecting Sean Elliott and Avery Johnson back in short time.
Well, Tim Duncan on the great handle, slices between 2 defenders, kisses the ball off with his left hand. The West off to a great start, 11-0.
Too diety. Oh, this one's just right.
Somebody's been drinking my Coke. Well, somebody's been drinking my Diet Coke. Somebody finished my Pepsi One. That somebody's still in my hot tub.
Anybody got a towel?
Pepsi One, the 1-calorie cola that tastes just right.
Responsive Chrysler Sebring Performance Sedan. Proof that it's not the destination. It's the drive. Now well-qualified lessees can lease the Sebring LX sedan for $269 a month.
Blue from American Express. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, winner of 2 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Director. A spellbinder that breaks the laws of gravity. It's got everything we go to the movies for. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, rated PG-13, now playing everywhere.
The hardest part isn't buying a gift, but waiting until Valentine's Day to give it.
Hey, Grandma.
The Express Your Love jewelry sale at JCPenney. Save 20 to 60% on fine jewelry, like this fiery 3-piece ruby set for $99.99. It's all inside for everyone you love. JCPenney.
Right behind. Woo! Short as fuck. I couldn't get it up. Man, I'm getting old, man. I would have got that more. Huh? I would have got that a couple years ago.
Yes, he would have made the play a couple of years ago, that old timer.
Yeah, it's not the age, Kobe, it's the miles. When you've been in the league already about 5 years, you start to get the wear and tear.
And finally, the East is on the board. Antonio Davis with the tip. The East having difficulties handling the ball. They've turned it over 5 times at the start. Iverson with 3 turnovers. West up 11-2. Again, the alley-oop attempted. Here comes Iverson. Iverson recovered by Carter. Problem with the East, they're trying to set each other up, and they're making the extra pass, and they're hurting themselves.
Well, Mark, when you coach the game, the one thing you try to tell the guys is don't get sloppy, don't play out of character. But if a good play is there, try to make it. But see, there's the nice little bounce pass, not an alley-oop, not in traffic. Those are the plays you want to make. When you try to get sensational, the game will get sloppy. And I'm sure Larry Brown, in his words, said, you know what, guys, play the game the right way. If you have a shot, take it.
Kidd saw that coming. McGrady is back. And Kidd puts it off the glass for Bryant.
There's another example right there. McGrady read that all the way.
Mason has a 3-on-2. Mason. And Weber controls. One-time Washington bullet. Chris Weber puts it up for Kevin Garnett.
Simple play. Get the ball to Chris Weber in the middle. Let him throw a little alley-oop to Kevin Garnett. These guys are so good.
West with a commanding 15-2 lead with 6:45 remaining in the first. Mason. Iverson with the open shot. And put home by Carter. Now, Vince Carter, in recent weeks, bothered by what is called jumper's knee, but that troubled left knee coming around, illustrated by his high-flying 31-point performance against Denver the other night. Weber with the look away, broken up, and the West will maintain possession. Chris Weber in his second All-Star appearance with Sacramento, also an All-Star with Washington. So the West adding to the lead. Kobe Bryant with his first field goal. Doug, for Chris Weber, it's a return to Washington where he's had some of his best, some of his worst days.
I'm sure it's sort of a bittersweet moment as we see Iverson with a fadeaway. You know, Chris Weber, in leaving Washington, it was sort of a signal that he, had sort of failed here, and he's gone to Sacramento, and he's played great. Now Sacramento is holding their breath. He's a free agent. They're playing very, very well. They're a force in the West, maybe a contender to get out of the Western Conference, and they're holding their breath that he doesn't leave after his free agent year. So Chris Weber very much in the news all season long with his free agency.
Davis with the open shot. Antonio Davis in the starting lineup. Dikembe Mutombo is the backup, but he's bothered by a sprained foot. We'll see Dikembe later on. 5.5 remaining in this opening quarter. Duncan had the baseline closed. Here's Bryant for 3. And Carter finds Iverson. Carter. Bryant for Kidd, intercepted by Iverson. 3-on-2 to Iverson to the reverse.
Little pass to himself in the air. Allen Iverson thrilling the home crowd here as he went to Georgetown. Another steal. Game getting very sloppy. Weber steals it back. And then the big block by Davis. A little play-by-play here, Marv. Things are going so fast.
And then Kobe Bryant able to drill it. Doug, you do an excellent job.
I think I'll stick with what I do best, Coach.
All right, the West 20 and the East 8. Iverson for Carter. And a foul on Duncan.
The greatness of the NBA game is in the open court, and this is what people love to see. The spectacular athletes, their ability to get in that lane, hang in the air. You see the self-pass, the ball off the glass, kisses it in. Great play there by Allen Iverson.
Antonio Davis has come out firing in this first quarter.
He says, I'm not going to get to play a whole lot. I'm going to get my shots in early.
Garnett. And Duncan with the putback. Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs with 8 points. He was the co-MVP last season. Iverson. Allen Iverson beginning to heat up. He now has 6 points. West by 12. And Larry Brown, the East coach, about to send out some substitutions. Kobe Bryant with a dribbling exhibition that was broken up by Tracy McGrady.
Well, we've seen 2 spectacular plays by Allen Iverson already, playing off the ball. Look at the shot. Actually, his body is behind the backboard. He takes it over to his right hand, all in one motion, lays that ball up over the front of the rim and knocks it in. What a sensational shot by Allen Iverson.
And a new 5 on the court for the East. Allen Houston with Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen, Dikembe Mutombo, and Glenn Big Dog Robinson. So the East going with a 3-guard alignment. Here's Duncan. Weber keeping it alive. Weber stopped by Mutombo. Gary Payton, who just checked in, able to recover. And here's Weber. Chris Weber with the reverse. So Weber with 5 points.
We talked in our open about in order to run, you got to rebound the ball, or you got to create some turnovers. That time, the West just playing volleyball on the backboard before Weber got one to go.
How about this matchup? Chris Weber defending on Allen Houston, who was able to hit the 3-pointer. Allen Houston did not have the touch, unfortunately, last night in the shootout competition, but comes out and is able to fire and hit. Rasheed Wallace just checked in. A steal by Ray Allen. Has Marbury with him. Marbury back for Allen. Robinson. Coming up on 2.5 remaining in this first quarter from the MCI Center in Washington. Nice play. Finley comes up short. Michael Finley of the Dallas Mavericks with his first field goal.
How about the passing between the big men? Weber to Duncan to Rasheed, Bunny to Finley on the cut. Great passing.
Stephon Marbury, who is so excited to be here, his first ever NBA All-Star game, and is able to hit. Stephon Marbury of the New Jersey Nets, who have won their last 3, and Stephon coming off of a big game the other night. 2 of those 3 wins against Philadelphia and San Antonio. Timeout taken. It's the West 26, the East 15. More of the 50th NBA All-Star game in a moment.
And if you feel it in your toes and you won't stop, and if it's deep in your soul, then you can't stop. And if you know what I know, then you won't stop. We're going way up, way up, way up, way up. Come on, come on, come on. We're going higher, baby. Come on, come on, come on. We're going way up. Come on, come on, come on. We're going way up. Stay up.
Ready to play? Always ready to play.
It was a night.
How many Elvises does it take to take Las Vegas?
Time to go to work, baby.
Kurt Russell, Kevin Costner, Courtney Cox, Christian Slater, Kevin Pollak, David Arquette, Howie Long, Bokeem Woodbine, Ice-T.
You almost hit me. You nuts?
Probably.
3,000 Miles to Graceland. Rated R. Starts Friday, February 23rd.
Change things up.
Mix things up with McDonald's new taste menu. Now try our bacon, egg, and cheese bagel and our zesty bacon ranch crispy chicken sandwich.
We love to see you smile.
One company now creates internet solutions unique to you.
Fujitsu. The possibilities are infinite.
Some experiences stay with you, like the feeling of driving this. Introducing the new Chrysler Sebring convertible with a 200 horsepower V6 engine and race-inspired suspension. It's an exhilarating experience that lingers. Now, well-qualified lessees can lease the Sebring LX convertible for $349 a month.
Experience the phenomenon that is revolutionizing football.
Get away! Go here!
The XFL, NBC next Saturday.
Welcome back to Washington. A moment ago, Kobe Bryant going up against Tracy McGrady, a matchup of two of the youngest players in the game. Watch this.
The Kobe-Tracy McGrady matchup, serious matchup. You know what, there's one-upsmanship there, so be aware that it's pretty intense.
Well, we've seen it early. Tracy McGrady has really tried to lock in on Kobe Bryant. Now, remember, these guys, East and West, only play each other twice a year. So when you get a chance to test it out against the best in the other conference, you know, sometimes you want to find out what that guy's got. That's been a good matchup.
Gary Payton not able to hit David Robinson in his 10th All-Star game appearance on the floor for the first time. Here comes Marbury kicking it out. Ray Allen. Allen Houston trying to keep it alive. Ray Allen won the shootout last night. He was on fire. Rasheed Wallace. Payton for Finley. Michael Finley of the Mavericks. And a foul is called. Antonio McDyess coming over the back. The East picking it up. They started at 1 of 11 from the field, then 6 for 10 to turn things around. The West now leading 26-15.
Marv, they have 8 turnovers by really trying to make the extra pass. When the shot is there, just go up and take it. Then you get a chance to rebound it if you miss the shot. Right now, they're overpassing.
Ray Allen being guarded by the much taller Antonio McDyess. So Larry Brown looking for the mismatches in his favor by going with the 3-guard setup, and Ray Allen with his first field goal. So it's a 26-17 Western Conference lead.
Well, those are the shots they're going to have to make because they're not going to be able to post up against the West. And David Robinson has really added that to his game as he's gotten older. He's been able to step out on the floor, and he's a perfect complement now to Duncan because he can make that shot.
And David Robinson just loves the fact that he's playing the All-Star game here in Washington. He's from nearby Manassas, Virginia, attended the Naval Academy. Payton, rebounded by Mutombo. Allen with the lead pass. Marbury is fouled.
Now, Stephon Marbury, I thought it was a really neat story, Marv, that I read today. Stephon did not think he was going to make the All-Star team. Had bought tickets for he and his wife, his fiance, to be able to go on a trip over the All-Star break. He found out he could not go, gave the tickets away at a Nets game, and then the winner of those tickets actually gave it to Make-A-Wish Foundation. So nice gesture by Stephon Marbury as he couldn't go on the vacation, and he loves being here. But I thought it was a wonderful gesture on his part.
And he talked about getting the call from Rod Thorne, the president of the New Jersey Nets, on a cell phone on the road in Vancouver, and he was told that he made the All-Star team, and he said, "God, thank you." Not referring to Rod, that is. Marbury turns it over. Payton with the pass to McDyess, finding Robinson.
You know, Antonio McDyess is a guy who I think probably grew as much from his Olympic experience last summer as anybody on that team. He has come back more confident. He's a guy you can go to at the end of the game. His whole game is picked up, I think, just by being on that team this summer.
Final seconds of the quarter. Mutombo on the recovery, but step out of bounds. And Antonio McDyess's Denver Nuggets have turned it dramatically since that early season turmoil. Final seconds of the first quarter. Here is McDyess. start by the West. At one point, they were up 11-0. And after one here in Washington, it's the West 30 and the East 17. You're watching the 50th NBA All-Star Game on NBC.
With our most advanced four-wheel drive system ever, QuadraDrive, Jeep Grand Cherokee goes where you could encounter anything. So we tested for anything. Jeep Grand Cherokee adds another award to its trophy case.
Hey, bought a vacuum.
Yes! You missed a spot.
It works. Spring cleaning. All it takes is the right equipment.
Perfect for your biggest problem areas.
And your Visa card. It's everywhere you want.
With MSN Money Central, you've got the #1 ranked financial site to check all your accounts from any web connection anytime.
Welcome back to the MCI Center, Washington, D.C. After one, it's the West 30, the East 17. Let's check in with Lewis Johnson and Allen Iverson.
Oh, my God. Okay, thanks a lot, Mark. Allen, for an NBA player, this looks like it must be the ultimate playground experience, especially the way you're playing so far.
It is. I mean, it's time to come out here and have fun. I didn't get a chance to throw Vince a lob yet, and I've been telling my son I was gonna throw a lob and let him see it, at home. But I ain't have a chance to get to do it yet.
Well, we've got 3 quarters to go. You know, the way you're playing, I've got to think that maybe you're thinking about the MVP here tonight.
No, I'm not thinking about no MVP because anybody that get MVP, I'm gonna be a part of it anyway, just by being involved in the event. So I'm not thinking about that. I'm trying to get a win, man.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go to Jim Gregg.
All right, thank you very much, Lewis. How about that move by Allen Iverson, Chris?
Yeah, he stole that from Isaiah. That's an Isaiah Thomas 1987 move, and that's nice. But no, that was a nice move he did.
Yeah, you know that stuff.
You know what I mean?
How about the wide open nature of this game? You guys have jumped out here to a big lead. It's difficult to type of lead throughout a game like this, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but we got a lot of big fellas, and our big fellas are mobile, so we can run and block shots. So that's all we're trying to do is they're going to have to shoot their way into the game or out of the game. We're just trying to take it inside and block some shots.
All right, Chris, we'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, thanks.
Marv?
Thanks, Jim. And the big fellas on the court for the West, Antonio McDyess, Rasheed Wallace, and David Robinson, along with the guards, Gary Payton and Michael Finley. And Finley fouled by Marbury will go to the line. Michael Finley of the Dallas Mavericks in his second All-Star appearance. A reminder, you can log on to NBA.com and cast your vote for the NBA All-Star 2001 Most Valuable Player. The winner will be announced at the end of the game. Also, create your own All-Star highlight reel from today's game or past All-Star games on what is entitled My Highlights. That's NBA.com. Ray Allen on a pull-up, and Ray Allen has had the touch.
Well, he really has that nice pull-up jumper. He can shoot the 3, but he has the ability to put that ball on the floor. He has such great legs. He can stop and explode into that little medium-range jump shot. Marv, that's a lost start. You see guys get all the way to the basket maybe for the dunk, or you see the long shot, but watch him here as he drives. He's got a bigger guy on him. He stops, and the moment he does, look at the space he creates with that stop. He goes right up into his jump shot, That's a nice move.
It's been a nice couple of days for Ray. Michael Finley puts it down. Last night, Ray Allen won the shootout. $25,000 first prize money sizzling from downtown. Stephon Marbury of the Nets, Ray Allen of the Bucks, Allen Houston of the Knicks on the floor, along with Dikembe Mutombo of Atlanta. Mutombo with the rebound and draws the foul, and Glenn Robinson of the Bucks. The two big men are Mutombo and Robinson. Robinson called for the foul, so Dikembe to the line. Leads the NBA in rebounding, averaging 14 among the leaders in block shots. And Doug, as you know, at the start of the season, the subject of much trade speculation. Things did quiet down, but that trade deadline is coming up February the 22nd.
Yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. Will Atlanta keep him through the rest of the year and then decide maybe this summer if they're going to re-sign him once again or sign him and trade him? They have a lot of options, but as it's getting close, you know, his name is going to continue to be out there, especially for teams who need a big guy if they wanted to contend for the championship against the bigger West.
Robinson met by Mutombo. Call for the foul. Got a piece on Robinson. Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. It's the West 34 and the East 21. David Robinson in his 12th NBA season. He's been an MVP. He's led the league in scoring, 29.8 per game. That was back in 93-94. He's been Defensive Player of the Year. He's been Rookie of the Year. He's appeared in 3 different Olympic games. What a magnificent career.
And how about the last game of the season, the 1 year against the Clippers, to win the scoring title, scored 71 points. So you see him now and you think, man, that guy at one point in time, 71 points. That is a ton of points, Marv.
And has pulled back his game in recent years, although had to pick it up again last season when Tim Duncan was hit by injuries. Here's Finley.
Michael Finley out of Proviso East High School in Chicago. I watched him grow up. What a terrific high school player. Went to Wisconsin, struggled his senior year, slipped in the draft down to the 20s, but has he worked on his game and become a tremendous player.
Rasheed Wallace defending on Allen Houston. Ray Allen for 3.
When you talk about the great show that Ray Allen put on last night, Marv, I did the three-point shooting competition when Craig Hodges hit 19 straight.
Ray Allen had a streak 10 in a row at one point last night. Robinson with the save. Dallas owner Mark Cuban says that Michael Finley is the most underappreciated star in the NBA, but has certainly been getting the respect the last couple of years. Robinson strip. And here comes Allen. Marbury puts it up for Allen.
There's another guy who this summer in the Olympics was sensational. Every single game you could count on him being one of the better players on the floor for that Olympic team. In his game now, these guys have a chance now. He and Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson, Sam Cassell, talking about possibly getting out of the Eastern Conference.
Marbury. Stephon Marbury blowing the layup. 37-26. The West with the lead. Here's Finley. Allen off the break, whipping by Wallace.
Ray Allen has given his team a huge lift as they're climbing back into this game, now down only 9. So their fast break starting to get clicked in here as they're rebounding the ball and, more importantly, not turning it over.
7 unanswered points by the East. McDyess. And Allen Houston out of the pack. Stephon Marbury. Allen with a hot hand. Payton of the Seattle Sonics. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace, who has become the go-to guy for the Portland Trailblazers, who now have the best record in the Western Conference. And a timeout is called by the West.
Well, sort of been the Ray Allen show as he's trying to get his team back into the game. He spots up and hits the open three-point shot. Now running the fast break, the terrific power finish, the one-hand dunk. And once again, here he is out on the break, using his speed, going around Rasheed Wallace. The lead now down to 11 as they're trying to climb back into this game.
Lakers Pacers in a finals rematch caps a triple header next Sunday.
This is Brett. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just watching the market recap, drinking an import. That is correct. That is correct. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, Brett, who's that? Hey, Chad, pick up the cordless. Chad here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. And the 2001 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck. From Chevy.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by Budweiser. With a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. By Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Sprite. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Well, Mark, the one thing you don't do is you don't challenge Mutombo. Look at McDyess. Looks like he's got a jumper, and Mutombo says, bring that in here. He said, no. I think I'll kick it out for a jumper. And what did Kobe Bryant have to say about this?
They won't go in there with Mount Mutombo, huh? Man, I'm climbing Mount Mutombo today. Nobody want to go at it.
Well, Dikembe has helped change things, altering shots in the second quarter, and Ray Allen supplying the offense. 9 of his 11 scored here in the second. In fact, Ray Allen with 9 of the East 11 points in the second quarter, and with 7.5 remaining in the quarter, the West now leads 39-28.
Well, out of that timeout, Larry Brown set up a nice little reverse for Jerry Stackhouse. Had to play, but just couldn't quite finish it.
Latrell Sprewell and Jerry Stackhouse on the floor for the first time for the East. Lonnie Divac, Karl Malone have checked in for the West. So Payton and Fidley in the backcourt. Malone, Divac, and Wallace up front. Here's Malone. Way off. Mutombo with the rebound. Glenn Big Dog Robinson of the Bucks. Robinson off the spin. Robinson able to hit, and it's 39-30.
One of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA.
Finley, Michael Finley off the turn. He has 10 points.
You think growing up in Chicago, he watched that little fadeaway from Michael Jordan. He loved that little fading shot. You can't block it. You just got to hope that he misses it.
Houston and Stackhouse now in the backcourt. Houston taking it to the basket. That is not a shot out of the usual Allen Houston arsenal.
You don't think Jeff liked that, Van Gundy?
Lonnie Divac, who was a late addition to the Western Conference squad to replace the injured Shaquille O'Neal. Lonnie just recently celebrated his 33rd birthday. This is his first ever All-Star appearance. Here's Malone. 6 minutes minutes remaining in the first half. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Jim Gray, Lewis Johnson. From Washington, loose ball foul is called. It's on the West. But first, a timeout taken. So it's the West 43 and the East 30. We'll be back in a moment.
Have you ever heard of the Clock of Ages?
On June 15th,
Let us twist time.
time will stand still.
The future is yours, the all-seeing eye.
And the fate of mankind will rest in the hands of one.
Don't start.
Angelina Jolie.
Time to save the universe?
Absolutely.
Tomb Raider, June 15th, everywhere.
Hey, Rhonda! It's me, Anthony! You want to get together later? The doctor said it's not contagious!
Now, Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
What makes somebody an all-star? It all starts with a willingness to give a team effort, like the folks at this year's NBA All-Star 2001 in Washington, D.C.
On three, we're going to say play fit, stay fit, all right?
Hello? You see, it's an understanding that no matter where you live or how large or small you are, everyone has the ability to make a difference.
Take care, okay?
Anyone can be an all-star. Team up to improve your community.
Next Sunday, NBA triple header. Topping it off, a finals rematch. NBA triple header next Sunday, 12 noon Eastern, NBC.
As you can see, they serious. The West not playing around.
Hey, that's got to be the first time in an All-Star game somebody jumped out to an 11-0 lead.
Yeah.
That has to be the first. That has to be the first.
High-level statistical conversation between Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett. We're going back to the record books. That's Jerry Stackhouse is set up by Latrell Sprewell, but we try to track it down as the West opened up 11-0, and Kobe citing historical stats. West now leads 43-32. Here's Rasheed Wallace. Coming up on 5.5 remaining in the first half. Allen Houston now working with his New York Knicks teammate, Latrell Sprewell. Beautiful look-away pass from Houston to Davis.
Well, the East starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm now. And Marvin, the big thing is they're making one crisp pass and then taking the shot that's there.
West trying to swing the ball to set it up. Kidd's pass not handled by Wallace. And here comes Vince Carter replacing Allen Houston.
Allen Houston with a great little look-away pass, and Antonio Davis finally shakes loose underneath the basket to get a dunk. Antonio Davis was the fill-in for Theo Radliff, who has a fractured wrist, will be out 4 to 6 weeks. So it's a tough break for Philly, once again dealing with injuries, as Vince Carter with his highlight film. That's something they wanted to see last night, and Vince said he'll show it today.
Kobe Bryant being played by Anthony Mason. And here's Kobe. So Kobe Bryant with 7 points. And here's Latrell Sprewell, who upon occasion for the Knicks played point guard when Jeff Van Gundy went with the big lineup, and he's at the point here for the Eastern All-Stars.
Actually did a nice job, and when we talked to him, Marv, we did a couple games, he talked about how it helped his game, but Vince Carter gets baseline, and big guys don't get over there soon enough. Kobe said, "Where is my help?" And they go, "We're not helping you on this." And his partner in Shaq, who normally guards the basket, you watch his reaction. He throws Gary Payton back, and he says, "Whoa, that's nasty."
Doug, that would have won the slam dunk
yes, it
contest last night. They would have closed it up. Sprewell fouled by Kidd. Latrell Sprewell, who is now 2.5 years removed from his episode with P.J. Carlesimo, and hopes that he's come full circle with this all-star selection. He has handled himself extremely well in New York, emerging as the team's most popular player and guy who has been outstanding in his time with the New York Knicks. And talking with P.J. earlier, and I know the guys touched on it right at the start of the show, P.J. is hoping that they can eventually get together and put some closure to the entire scenario.
Well, Marvin needs to be closed because it's still a topic of conversation, but they're going to have to get somewhere where they can sit down. It's going to be a conversation. It's not going to be in passing, 5 or 10 minutes. It's going to be something they can sit down and talk about. And Latrell Sprewell knows in his heart that regardless of all the redemption and all that he's got in New York City, that you can never do something like that. And he's learned from it, and he's moving forward. And you know what? PJ has handled it like a real champ, too.
West up by 8. They've led by as many as 16. Nice pass from Bryant. Chris Webber does the rest. 7 points for the Sacramento King, Chris Webber. And here's Carter from deep. Jason Kidd trying to lead Kevin Garnett. It's handled by Karl Malone. That time the extra pass cost. The ball back to the east. Tim Duncan being waved on. He'll check back in, replacing Karl Malone. Karl Malone averaging 23 points a game. Went through that wicked 7-game slump. He's worked his way out of it. Latrell Sprewell with his first field goal.
That's his game, slashing and cutting, getting to that basket. Today he's got to go up against about 3 shot blockers when he gets inside. That was a terrific shot.
8-point West lead. Here's Bryant. Not able to find the angle. So the East has been able to work its way back into this game. They were down 11-0 at the start. They trailed by as many as 16. Davis. Antonio Davis with his third field goal. He has 6 points. It's now 47-41. Just under 3 to go in the half. Nice pass. Bryant for Duncan. And he's fouled.
The beauty of basketball, Mark, the passing, the movement away, the cutting, and just right there, that play was excellent. And here it is again, once again, the movement, the screen roll, the nice little finish by Chris Webber. But that's the beauty of the game, the screen roll, moving, great passing, great finish.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Tahoe. Now offering a third row of seats that's light and easier to handle than anything else out there. It's nowhere near anything. The new Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Hi, I'm Bob Dole, and I've always spoken to you frankly. That's why I'm eager to tell you about a product that helps me feel youthful and vital again. What is this amazing product? My faithful little blue friend, an ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Are the revitalizing effects of Pepsi-Cola right for you? Check with your local convenience store counter clerk and start living.
I feel like a kid again.
United by a quest for the ring, a path to greatness is set before them. A true test of will, these warriors must fight for the place where the mighty are crowned. And the tick of the clock can determine the victor. And bound by their desire, they will earn the right to play on the NBA's grandest stage, the World Championship.
back at the All-Star game as we get ready for halftime. All of the MVPs from all of the All-Star games will be honored, along with Harry Connick Jr. singing. I'm joined by a couple of number 6s. Number 6, Bill Russell, and number 6, Julius Erving. Bill, what have you tried to do in recent years to pass on the tradition and what it means to be an All-Star and to conduct yourself in All-Star fashion?
Well, first of all, I like to watch the games, and I always tell people how much I enjoy the game and how much I respect the players that go out and play hard and use much of their talent as possible.
This will be the first time that you will have been honored without your arch nemesis and also your best friend, Will Chamberlain. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I miss him. You know, it's like it was my right arm, because the thing was that our careers were tied so close together, and we were friends, and I miss him genuinely.
Julius, let me ask you. You won the MVP a couple of times, but you won once on a losing team.
Yeah, I did. It was really ironic how that happened, and I guess that was during the days when the voting would go in after 3.5 quarters instead of, with 2 minutes to go. And Rick Barry has still let me have it every now and then, because he and Paul Westphal got hot at the end of the game, and they ended up beating the East squad by 1 point. I was on the bench, however, and I got the MVP.
Gentlemen, nice to see you both, and we look forward to the festivities at halftime.
Hey, keep smiling.
Third six.
I am.
Third six. I got in the middle.
Okay. Mine's not retired, though. I'm still active. Marv?
All right, thank you, Jim. Coming up at halftime, as Carter is able to hit and draws the foul, Ahmad will be joined on the set by Kevin Johnson. P.J. Carlesimo as the NBA honors the All-Star Game most valuable players of the past 50 years, and Harry Connick Jr. will perform. Doug, Ahmad did request to sit in with Harry for one of the sets. Harry said, absolutely not. That's coming up. Net zero at the half. 2:20 remaining in the first half, and the West lead is now down to 5. Kobe Bryant beginning to heat up. He has 9 points. Kobe and Kevin Garnett raising the point as we were listening in on their conversation earlier in this quarter while they were sitting on the bench. Kobe said that 11-0 start had to be a record for any team in an All-Star game. It's very difficult to chase that down, but in the 1961 All-Star game, the West did lead 47-19 after the first quarter, which is the most lopsided score we've been able to locate. All right, here's Carter. Oh, put down by Antonio Davis.
Great follow that time. Antonio Davis has really settled down early in the game. He couldn't get anything to go. Now he's gotten to the offensive boards. Tim Duncan is going to get the offensive foul, and Stackhouse steps in. So, Marv, it's a little bit, they're creeping back into this game after a slow start. You see Larry Brown coaching, trying to get his team into a set play here.
Larry up off the bench, working the sideline. It's a 51-46 West lead. Anthony Mason posting up. Gary Stackhouse with a hustle rebound. And Duncan with the steal. Here's Kidd pushing it. Weber. Mason with the rebound. Eluding Garnett and Duncan, and then delivers. Carter with the windmill.
I think that jumper's knee is feeling better. Look at Shaq. I think he's happy that he's sitting over there watching right now.
51-48, the East within 3. A minute left in the half. Garnett served up by Weber.
Now these are big guys passing to each other. That's not a point guard making that play. Those are big guys making that little soft pass, that powerful finish.
Sprewell with the step, and that's a goaltend. The basket will count and a foul.
This is what people want to see. The great pass from Anthony Mason. Jason Kidd said, I'm not getting near this. Vince Carter makes it look so easy.
A form of expression from Vince. And the West now leads 53-50 with 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Kidd trying to go behind the back, broken up by Sprewell. The all-time series in favor of the East, 31-18 last season. In Oakland, the Golden State Warriors, the host team of the West, beat the East 137-126. The East had won the previous 3 contests. Kevin Garnett will throw in. Kidd got the step. Here's Duncan. Oh, he blew the layup. Garnett keeps it alive. Here's Kidd for 3. Yes.
But if you can't make the layup, step out and shoot the 3. Jason Kidd, normally not a good three-point shooter, but has worked very hard to add that aspect of his game.
The West leading by 6. The pass work much more fluid by the East here in the second quarter. Oh, Carter trying to change direction. Broken up by Davis. Recovered by Weber. Went behind the back. Kidd lays it home for Duncan. A spectacular pass play by the West. Final seconds of the half. Carter's pass stolen. Here's Kidd from center court. Yes! Jason Kidd at the buzzer to end the first half.
What a sensational run by the West to end this half, Mark. The 3 from the corner by Kidd, the sensational passing in the dunk, followed up by the shot at the end of the half. A little 8-0 spurt here that pushed it back out to an 11-point lead. But here's Jason Kidd recognizing the clock. He's behind the half-court line, lets it go. Kobe looks like he's going to touch it. He lets it go, lets it know it's a 3-point play, 3-point shot. But Jason Kidd, back-to-back 3s, the great passing, and once again they lead by 11, Mark.
And the West concludes with an 8-0 run to finish out the half, and Jason Kidd, who concluded in spectacular fashion, scored 6 of those 8 points. Let's go to Jim and Jason Kidd.
All right, thank you, Marv. Couple of big 3s. How about that one that you just threw in there at the end?
I think I left it at the 2-ball yesterday. I was saving it. I'm glad I knocked down that last shot, gave us some momentum going into halftime. But overall, we're having fun, and let those guys keep rebounding.
You've been passing the ball awful well, too. What's it like trying to get everybody involved? I know you normally do, but not quite the same selection of guys out there.
Oh, no, it's not. And, they're a talented bunch of guys, and we have fun. And, the Olympics, so I have to get it to, like, Karl Malone, the guys I never got the chance to pass to. So I'm having a good time, and the big guys, we want them to play the point, and I'll be the big guy. So we're having fun.
All right, Jason, good luck in the second half. Let's go across the way to Lewis Johnson.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim. Vince, the West team is walking off the floor, and they're jawing about that last ball that dropped in the bomb. How intense is this thing?
We want to have fun, but yet, in the back of our minds, we all want to win. We want to have a good time and beat each other to death, so it's fun.
Now, I'm watching you with this spectacular dunk, and thinking back to last night, are you sure you couldn't have been in that dunk contest?
I don't know. I mean, I feel good for the game. You get warm, but, it's a chance I didn't want to take, but next year.
How much fun is it to play in an all-star game like this, Vince?
I have a great time. A lot of these guys I admire as players, and I come out here to play with them. It's just the best feeling.
All right. I know you want to get to the locker room. Thanks a lot. Marv.
All right. Thanks, Lewis. The high point man, Tim Duncan, 12 points. Michael Finley with 10. Ray Allen leading the East with 11. Stay with us for Ahmad, Kevin, and PJ. Net zero at the half. Coming up, you're watching the NBA on NBC.
You keep an eye on the websites your kids are looking at. You make sure your wife's cell phone battery is fully charged. And you haven't missed a day of work in 12 years. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
Sweetie, you can't stay on the phone all day. Honey, it's not normal to talk on the phone that long. Come out of the room. We miss you so much.
The Coca-Cola Racing family's on the phone, and we're picking up the charges. Each time you pick up specially marked Coke, you could win free fan scan in-car audio and could hear drivers and crews talk strategy live on your own phone.
Pumpkin, please get off the phone.
The internet helps you reach millions of customers around the globe. But who's keeping you in touch? with the Internet.
Fujitsu. The possibilities are infinite.
He has more championship rings than he has fingers, 11 in all. You could call him the greatest winner in the history of professional sports, or you could just call him Bill Russell.
When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
Original Coors. Or you could just call it an original.
NBC Tonight.
Good morning!
From the time he was born, his life was a TV show.
This is not my beautiful house.
And he never knew it till now.
This is not my beautiful wife. Tell me what's happening.
You're on television. You're live to the whole world.
Jim Carrey.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The network premiere of The Truman Show. NBC Tonight.
Welcome to Net Zero. At the half, Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Not just free internet access, the best internet access. Call 1-800-DEFENDER.
Welcome back to the MCI Center in Washington, where the West leads the East 61-50 at halftime of the NBA All-Star Game. This is the 50th edition of the game, and to mark the anniversary, the NBA has brought together many of the MVPs from All-Star history. It's a group that includes some of the league's most legendary names.
Isaiah Thomas is our MVP.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Be happy.
6'5". He's going for the MVP. Three-pointer. Yes! Oh, my! Jordan's into the lane. The up and under is there for him. The all-star of all-stars, Michael Jordan.
Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal share the trophy.
Wow. I can't believe this. I'm at the NBA All-Stars locker room at the NBA All-Star game. I can't believe it. Look at all of this stuff. Wow, Jordan's jersey. Dr. J's shoes. Hey, check this out. Charles Barkley's Twinkies. Wow, and I'm not supposed to be in here though, I know that. I'm just looking around though, right? I'm not gonna touch anything. Hey, wait a minute. What's this piano doing up in here? Maybe I can have a jam session of my own. Don't tell anybody, all right? Has got a shade on sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet, but also needed sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why. You know I don't lie, not much. It's been said she knocks in bed when she lands in town. Since she came away, it's a shame how she grew now. Now, fellas, she ain't met sweet Georgia Brown. Listen to this now. You know the pick and roll, right? Check this out. This is how we take it to the hole. Full court press now. Georgia claimed a Georgia named a sweet Georgia Brown. Oh, I like that. Woo! At the All-Star game, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! We having fun at the All-Star game. What are you doing? Why you stopping?
Hey, Music Man.
Hey.
Hey, what's up with you and your crew hanging out here in the All-Stars locker room? What's up
Dr.
with that?
J, we're just hanging out. We just pretending to be NBA All-Stars, you know? That's all we doing. We're just hanging out, man. You're not going to tell anybody we were here, right?
I don't know why you're here.
We were just...
You know, all us ball players, we like music.
You mean you'd like to be a musician just like we'd like to be NBA players?
Hey, Harry, no doubt about it. It would be a blessing.
Hey, man, well, if you don't tell anybody that we were here, I'll let you conduct the last part of the song. Is that a deal?
Yeah, let's go.
All you got to do is count them in.
All right. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. J, Julius Erving. And now let's meet the rest of the All-Star MVPs. First, from the 50s, Paul Arizin. Bob Cousy.
Shaquille O'Neal. Tim Duncan. And the all-star of all-stars, Michael Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, your NBA All-Star MVPs.
Coming up next, I'll be joined by my own All-Stars, Kevin Johnson and P.J. Carlissimo, as we talk about the first half. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Hey, everybody. This looks like fun. How much is this airline paying you people to sit here? What? You're paying them? You mean like those people who pay for internet access? Why do that when you can just log on to NetZero? It's fast, reliable, and it's totally free. You'll never find a better service. Ever, ever, ever. NetZero. Not just free internet access. The best internet access.
Only one can be the best. To get there takes strength, speed, and endurance.
One athlete's foot medicine has it all. Lamisil AT.
Strength.
Full prescription strength to stop the itching and burning.
Speed.
These take 4 weeks of treatment. Lamisil AT cures it with just one.
Endurance.
3 months later, you're still athlete's foot free.
Game over.
The official athlete's foot treatment of the NBA, Lamisil AT. The best way to cure athlete's foot.
Let's make the driving experience more enjoyable.
We'll rent Jaguars, town cars.
And the Grand Marquis for $49.
Oh, the cars will have leather seats, a CD player.
And aromatherapy candles.
We don't really need aromatherapy candles.
Maybe not the candles, but the enjoyable thing is good, you know?
Tonight I present to you material of a violent nature.
Action. On March 9th.
You're going to jeopardize my case. If it bleeds, it leads.
How far would you go?
Just tell us where we can find these guys.
For your 15 minutes.
I've got to kill someone famous. You think you're going to get away with it, huh?
Robert De Niro. Edward Burns.
You want headlines? You want to make money? You want to be a celebrity? Shoot me!
15 minutes. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 9th.
Ahmad Rashad back in Washington, D.C., where the West leads the East 61-50 at the half of the NBA All-Star Game. I'm joined now by Kevin and P.J. First order of business, I think that Vince Carter wants a recount on that dunk contest last night, because I think he may win it here today.
We saw the real dunk championship today. I tell you what, Ahmad, these guys can play. Everybody's talking about the NBA being down. These are some of the most talented players in the world assembled of all time on the court at one time. I've been watching All-Star games since 1976. These guys are talented.
Your take, PJ.
Well, they're really enjoying it. I thought Tracy McGrady got it going. First couple minutes, people were kind of playing around. When he blocked Kobe Bryant's shot, all of a sudden it's time to step up, and they got after it.
And you predicted earlier that you thought maybe the MVP might be Tim Duncan. He's got 12 points leading scorer.
It'll be the first time.
I didn't pick Tim Duncan?
Well, no, I think I picked him. It'll be the first time we ever had a back-to-back if it happens.
Look out for Ray Allen. He's not through. I'm just telling you.
Your main man.
I'm just telling you, my main man. Coming up, we'll send you back to Marv and Doug for the second half. Thanks for joining us on the Net Zero at the half.
This has been Net Zero at the half. Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Not just free internet access, the best internet access. Visit www.netzero.net.
All new NBC Monday begins with the Croc Hunter facing Africa's deadliest snakes.
These guys kill people.
He's putting his face to the fangs.
The Green Mamba. Woo!
Then, all-new Dateline, a fall from a bridge. Why would two bystanders rescue a stranger when the authorities wouldn't? Finally, all-new Third Watch. They've been a team for years.
Nice neighborhood.
But their worst fear is coming. One of their own will fall. Who will it be? Croc Hunter, Dateline, and Third Watch. It's all-new NBC Monday.
Toyota Tundra 4x2, 1,000 cash back. Toyota Tundra 4x4, 1,000 cash back. Tundra Access Cabs, 1,000 cash back. Powerful Tundra V8s, 1,000 cash back. Get a Toyota Tundra now and get 1,000 cash back from Toyota. It's the only full-size truck built to Toyota quality standards. Now with 1,000 cash back. But don't wait, because it ends soon. See your Toyota dealer today.
Right now, during the Ford President's Day sales event, get spectacular savings on new Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. Now is the time to buy. With financing as low as 0.9%, 09 offers you tremendous finance savings. Or cash back up to $2,000, which can be used as a down payment. All around, the President's Day sales event at your local Ford dealer is like nothing you've ever seen.
Just how fresh is that fresh fish? 11 investigates Thursday at 11. The sounds.
Get out of the way! Gotta see you!
The emotion.
The thing I love about the XFL is the heart and soul that these players show.
The XFL, NBC next Saturday.
Get into the swing, the PGA Tour's Southern Swing, starting March 3rd on NBC.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by The Truman Show. Tonight, right after the game on NBC.
Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Marv Albert with Doug Collins. We're at halftime. The West in front of the East, 61-50 in this 50th NBA All-Star Game. The West opening up with that 11-0 run at the start. The East getting back into it in the second quarter. And what a run by the West, capped off by Jason Kidd in the final minute of the second quarter.
Well, Marv, I thought the East calmed down. They got it to within 3, and then that 8-0 surge there. You had the 3 by Kidd, the great fast break in the dunk, and then the 3 from half court, so you push it to an 11-point lead at half. But great finish there by the West, but I expect this game to get close.
And right throughout that first half, there's been some intriguing byplay between two of the stars, Kobe Bryant and Vince Carter.
I'm breathing hard already, dog. Huh? I'm breathing hard. Already? Yeah. You ready, guys? Yeah. Good, I can run you a little bit there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Got hurt. All right, Vince Carter, 9 points in the first half. Kobe Bryant with 9 points in the first half. The high men, Tim Duncan of San Antonio with 12. Ray Allen of Milwaukee with 11. Back with the second half right after this.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
Why don't you get us something to cool this fire down?
I got just the thing. I got 2 laws for that fire.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
That's not that bad.
Without handles, I'll be without control.
Without soul, without man skills to take it to the hole.
I be crossover talent. Shook so bad.
ACL start buckling.
I be constantly in foul trouble.
A point guard's favorite target for triple doubles.
I be victimized.
facialized, posterized. I be some lone spectator on the other side of the fence. Memory lapse. Wonder where my skills went. Where would I be without handles? Game over.
Yeah, I'm the ultimate competitor. GOAT, G-O-A-T, etc., etc. Light years ahead of ya. They chose me instead of ya. Corny cats is better to give praise to the greatest. Silence all challengers. LL ambidextrous. Switch the left hand on ya. Leave it on the floor. Pure, raw stamina. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I said my game's hardcore. Leave it on the floor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I said my game's hardcore. Leave it on the floor.
It's the return of Superstar Thursday with Susan Sarandon on another supersized Friends.
There you go.
Plus a Friends special with never-before-seen outtakes that'll never be seen again. Then Ellen DeGeneres is on Will and Grace, and Pamela Anderson's on Just Shoot Me.
Now let's end this with a nice, big, long hug.
Superstar Thursday on NBC.
Welcome back to the MCI Center. This is the first NBA All-Star game played in Washington, D.C. It's been played in Baltimore. It was back in 1969 and Landover, Maryland in 1980. And the West with a 61-50 lead on the East. Rick Adelman, head coach of the West from the Sacramento Kings. Second All-Star appearance as a head coach. Handled the West squad while with Portland in 1991. This West team incidentally lost to the East by 2 points.
Well, Mark, when you talk about these two coaches, think about the jobs they've done. Larry Brown goes into Philly. That franchise was in disarray. And Pat Croce hires him. He comes in. He and Billy King, they start putting the pieces together of that team. And Larry Brown's got the kind of guys there that he wants to coach. They're playing defense. They're playing together. They know that Iverson is the star. And if they can get healthy, they're going to be a tough out in the Eastern Conference. And Rick Adelman and Jeff Petrie, the job they have done in Sacramento, putting that team together, these guys deserve a lot of credit.
And Larry Brown, as Kobe Bryant opens up by hitting the jumper. Larry coaching in his 5th All-Star game. Coached in the ABA All-Star game 3 times. NBA All-Star game once back in 1977. He was head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Larry was actually, the alley-oop did not connect. Larry was actually most valuable player of the 1968 ABA All-Star game. The West by 13. They've led by as many as 16.
And you can see what's happened. Mutombo is starting the second half. He did such a great job. When he came in, the game turned. He had 8 rebounds, which really gave the East a chance to get back into the game.
24-second violation, something you don't expect to see at an All-Star game.
See, Mutombo takes away a lot of those easy baskets inside. They have such respect for him. They're always looking for him. Early in the game, they weren't looking for him. They got up to a great 11-0 start, so they need his defense to anchor their middle.
Latrell Sprewell starting the second half in the backcourt with Allen Iverson. Here's Tracy McGrady. Nice play by Kobe Bryant to poke it aside. Bad pass, McGrady on the intercept. Kidd able to break it up. Bad pass by Bryant. Here comes Iverson. Duncan is back. Allen Iverson, who leads the NBA in minutes played. And then Glenn Robinson on the follow. Second field goal for Robinson. He has 4 points.
Actually, Glenn Robinson playing as a power forward right now along that front line with Mutombo.
Kevin Garnett of the red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves. How about the T-Wolves?
Well,
11 straight wins.
Boy, Flip Saunders, you've got to talk about him as possible coach of the year. Terrell Brandon, the job he's done as Glenn Robinson makes a little baseline jumper. But all the things that Minnesota franchise has gone through with Joe Smith, the tragic death of Malik Sealy. I mean, for them to do the things they have done have been sensational, Marv. They've been a real inspirational story in the NBA this season.
Iverson off the steal for Sprewell, but too far.
This is where, as a coach, you got to look at the guys and say, look, we're getting real sloppy. Had a great first half. The game is getting very sloppy now. Let's make the good play. We want to have fun, but let's make the simple play here for a while.
Talking about Dikembe Mutombo, not only was he controlling the boards, but he was altering shots. Sprewell for 3. Last touch by the West. So Larry Brown going with a different lineup to start the second half. He has Mutombo, Robinson, and McGrady on the front line. Iverson and Sprewell at the guards. Iverson picking his way. And a loose ball foul called by Ed Rush. It's against the East. The ball back to the West, foul on Sprewell.
Every shot in the lane for the East is a degree of difficulty shot. Nothing easy. You got shot blockers in there. They're forcing a lot of changes.
Jason Kidd lost it. Iverson, 3-on-1. Iverson changed his mind. And back comes Duncan. The look away from Kidd to set it up. Won't count. Foul call before the shot attempt. It's on Mutombo.
The great hands of Chris Webber. You know, Marv, you and I have spoken so often. I said, you know, if you could put an ideal player together, you know, vision, eyes, hands, and all those kind of things, Chris Webber, to me, would be the guy with the hands. Look at him, fake the pass, bring it back around and find Kobe. The foul was committed, so they'll get his sideline out of bounds, but he is a terrific passer.
Bryant trying to work off the pick. Bryant with the spin for Garnett. And another rebound for Mutombo. That's number 10.
And once again, changed the shot around the basket.
Here comes Kidd. Oh, Webber from Garnett.
A little sleight of hand there.
67-54. The West up by 13. Bryant looking for the steal. It's called for the tripping foul. Kobe Bryant playing despite the injured right shoulder, right hip. Kobe leading the NBA, averaging just under 30 points per game.
Well, so much conversation about the Lakers in the first half of the season. They had 16 losses. That's one more than they had the entire last year. But, you know, if you look at their team, Marv, you expect them, I expect them to play much better in the second half of the year. I think Shaq is going to come back better. I think you're going to expect this guy, Kobe, to be better.
Oh.
And with all that's been going on out there in the West, nobody's created any distance.
Do you look for these guys to work it out?
Yes, absolutely. I think Shaq has gone on record as saying, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be in better shape. I think Kobe's going to play the kind of defense that he played last year. He and Shaq were much better defenders than they were the early part of this year. Last year, both all-league defenders. Here's Kobe Bryant in the open floor, looking behind him to see what's coming. He sees Kevin Garnett with a spectacular finish, but I expect them both to play much better in the second half, Mark.
Latrell Sprewell going up against his good friend, Chris Webber. A little game within the game, but Sprewell was not able to hit. Now Sprewell defending on Webber. Webber beats him off the dribble, but Mutombo is there to rescue. Here comes Sprewell. Iverson. Allen Iverson taking it to the basket. Now the West on the transition, try to catch the East, but they do get back. Open shot for Kidd. And Jason Kidd hits from downtown. He concluded matters at the half with a three. And Jason Kidd, a guy who's trying to come to grips with his recent off-the-court issues in his life, which have obviously attracted much nationwide negative publicity.
Well, Marv, I live in Arizona, and I've watched Jason Kidd and his wife, and I've watched the way they've handled the situation, and he stepped forward, and he says, look, I was wrong. I embarrassed myself, my family, my team. My wife and I are going to work through this. We're going to be better for it. And he stepped forward, and he's been a man. And you know what? That's what you have to do, and I applaud him for that. And he knows he did wrong, and he's working on it to get it better, he and his family.
14-point lead for the West, and they're adding to it. 11 points for Webber. 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. The West matching its biggest lead of the night. Jason Kidd has had an outstanding game. Kidd has hit a couple from downtown. Now Kidd looking to back Iverson. Webber for three. Duncan. Tim Duncan has 14.
Now that ball I don't think hit the rim and they reset the shot clock. I think that's what Larry Brown is talking to Danny Crawford about it right now. Is why did they get a new shot clock?
Iverson. And it's put home by Mutombo.
How about Allen Iverson? This guy takes a beating during the course of a game. He challenged big guys. How often do you see him hit the floor hard?
Weber stopped by Mutombo, and a foul is called. Timeout is taken with 5:04 to go in the third at the West by 16.
Remember the A-Team? Now there was an odd bunch of individuals. They always had some cockamamie scheme to get out of a jam. It never sounded like it would work, but of course it always did. Week after week, same time, same channel. Those were my boys. The Ford F-150 Super Crew. Built Ford tough.
Hey, Rhonda! It's me, Anthony! You want to get together later? The doctor said it's not contagious.
Now, Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
Change things up. Get a little wild.
Mix things up with McDonald's new taste menu and pile on the bacon. Try our mouth-watering bacon, egg, and cheese bagel and our zesty bacon ranch crispy chicken sandwich. Just a couple of the unexpected tastes you'll find on our always changing new taste menu.
We love to see you smile.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Never miss a genuine opportunity. By Adidas, Forever Sport. And by Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough.
Back in Washington, D.C., Marv Albert with four-time All-Star Doug Collins, one-time All-Star coach back in '97.
What a great thrill. I will never forget walking in that locker room and looking around and seeing the greatness of these players and having a chance to coach the winning team. And I'll never forget in that game, we were down 20 early, and I called on Michael, and I said, Michael, now remember, the winners get $12,000, the losers $6,000. He said, oh, okay. And in about 5 minutes, the game was even. So I knew which button to push, Marv.
What was your pregame talk like? Springwell got the step, and the West now leads 77-62. Did you bother, try and go out and set any kind of strategy?
The one thing I talked about is just don't let the game get too sloppy. I want you to be excited and have fun and make great plays, but make sure that it doesn't get so sloppy that the fans can't enjoy it.
Robinson. Well, a couple of buckets by the East. Glenn Robinson of the Bucks with 8 points, and the West now leading 77-64. Coming up on 4 minutes left in the third. Mutombo with the box out. That's rebound number 13. It will be East ball. Substitution. Stephon Marbury of the Nets. Ray Allen of the Bucks. Anthony Mason of the Heat. Antonio Davis of the Raptors. Allen Houston of the Knicks. Checking in a new 5 on the court for Larry Brown.
Well, it's going to be imperative now for the Eastern Conference. Somebody's got to rebound the basketball because Mutombo was doing all the work on the backboards. Now, it's whether it's Anthony Mason or Antonio Davis, Allen Houston, Ray Allen, all these guys got to get back there because of the size disadvantage. That's an area that they've got to try to stay in the game.
Marbury played by Payton, who just checked back in. Here's Houston. And Davis kept it alive. Allen on a quick release for three. Duncan put the move on Davis. Davis able to slap away. And here's Houston for the East. Marbury. Allen now being played by Weber. Goes right at him. Tried the left hand. Garnett for Bryant.
Now remember, about 2 minutes ago, Kobe gave one off to the backcourt to Garnett. It's like, back at you here. It's my turn to give you the pass.
13 for Kobe. The West leads by 15. Davis. Garnett. A lot of mismatches out there. Kevin Garnett posting up on Allen Houston.
Well, you're not going to see double teaming in this game. You don't have the defensive scheme, so Allen Houston's got to try to keep him from getting the basketball, because once he does, it's too late.
And it's Garnett defending on Houston. Goes to the pullback move. He loves that shot. And certainly enjoyed hitting against Kevin Garnett.
Well, remember, those two guys were teammates this summer on the Olympic team, so they had a lot of wonderful times together. A little smile there. KG says, I'll take you inside. And Allen says, well, I'm taking you outside, as the spectacular finish by Kobe Bryant. There's still something in those legs.
Without handles, I'll be without control. Without soul, without man skills to take it to the hole. I be crossover talent. So bad. ACL, stop fucking. I be constantly in foul trouble. A point guard's favorite target for triple doubles. I be victimized, facialized, posterized. I be some lone spectator on the other side of the fence. Memory lapse. Wonder where my skills went. What would I be without handles? Game over.
Yeah, I'm the ultimate competitor. GOAT, G-O-A-T, etc., etc. Light years ahead of ya. They chose me instead of ya. Corny cats is better to give praise to the greatest. Silence all challengers. LL ambidextrous, switch the left hand on ya. Leave it on the floor, pure, raw stamina. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I said my game's hardcore. Leave it on the floor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I said my game's hardcore. Leave it on the floor.
Put the food down, walk away, nobody gets hurt.
Let's get him! I got him!
Think you're tough enough to drive a Tacoma?
Give me back!
Join the club. Introducing the double cab with over 5 feet of bed length.
You just can't mess with a man's salad. Word up.
Space.com. Something amazing every day.
Monday, 8/7 Central.
These guys kill people.
The man with no fear is back on NBC.
The Green Mamba. Woo!
Putting his face to the fangs.
Big fangs, big venom. Bite on the face would be awful.
The Crocodile Hunter, Africa's Deadliest Snakes. Monday at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Damn, you know what? I had a bet with my cousin how many times he's gonna hit the floor tonight.
That was only one.
That's the first time.
That's it.
I got three. I got three. Help me win the bet.
Allen Iverson out of the Charles Oakley School of hitting the floor. And Allen Iverson's so durable, but a guy who is always getting banged around, maybe 155 pounds.
Well, you think about, how much more punishment he's going to take before they even get to the playoffs, and he's such a vital part of that team. They've had so many injuries, Mark, that they just cannot afford to lose him. They got to get everybody healthy and keep him healthy going into the playoffs.
The West shooting 47% for the night. The East just under 40 and the West leading by 15. Marbury. Oh, no! Pass to himself. He deflected it off Divac, who had turned his head. It's a good idea.
But he said, "Oh, okay, I'll get you back." I thought he was trying to shoot that. I didn't know he was passing it to himself.
A little schoolyard play by Stephon Marbury, and now coughed it up. Divac off the steal. Divac working on Allen, finding Finley. Here's McDyess. Antonio McDyess of the Denver Nuggets.
The West just comes in. Look at the power. Look at the size of those players, Mark. We talked about it in our open. I mean, they just come in and they just keep reloading with either Olympians or, guys who've been at all pros. I don't know if I've ever seen a team so deep along the front line.
And this is without Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, McDyess stopped from behind. Ray Allen with the block. McDyess couldn't believe it. Houston with the save. Recovered by Payton. Wild pass by Payton, but last touched by the East.
Once again, the great passing. McDyess thinks he's got a dunk, and his old Olympic teammate Ray Allen says, don't cock that thing back and let me get a piece of it. And he's doing a little talking himself.
Wallace. Marbury ahead of the field. Well, that is unusual. Little layup by Stephon.
I'm surprised he didn't get booed for laying the ball in the basket. These fans want to see some dunks.
The West 85 and the East 70. Down to 25 seconds remaining in the third. Divac. Lonnie Divac with the lay-in.
Marv, it's going to be very interesting to watch Sacramento in the second half of the season. The way they finished going into the All-Star break, I thought was very disappointing. They lose to the Lakers without Shaq in a big game. They go to Milwaukee, get beat, and then go to Minnesota and get blown out, down 41-10 at the end of the first quarter. They come back. They're looking at Utah, at Portland. They could go from first in the West to fifth, as McDyess with the finish, but they could go from first to fifth in 5 games.
Yes, it's been a grueling road trip for the Kings, who have lost 3 in a row. Here's another look at that most unique maneuver by Stephon Marbury. I don't know if he actually made contact with Divac. Oh! All right, we'll be back after these words from your local station.
Every morning on the way to work, Greg tells you about his new RX 300 with the Lexus Value Package, the in-dash 6-disc CD auto changer, the leather-trimmed seats, and the awesome power moonroof, all at a $1,500 savings. Greg, the genius. You're starting to hate him, but not nearly as much as you love his car. Ask about the RX 300 Lexus Value Package at your Lexus dealer.
Imagine this map is the internet, and all these streets intersect to form an information superhighway. But not everyone has access to an on-ramp.
Everybody ready?
Yeah. Tim Duncan and the Spurs know that technology is the fast lane to the future.
Let's get online.
So they've donated computers to schools in their community that connect students to a whole new world.
Oh, what happened?
And this will help them to cross the bridge right over the digital divide. Team up to improve your community.
A new test for lung cancer. NBC Nightly News this week.
Monday at 11 on WBAL TV 11 News.
We were broadsided by a drunk driver. My daughter was pronounced dead.
11 investigates drunk drivers beating the system by refusing breathalyzer tests. But are tougher laws the answer?
You're going to have housewives and grandmothers doing a year in jail.
11 investigates Monday after Third Watch on WBAL TV 11 News.
Attention, at 9 p.m. Thursday, Fox Chevrolet in Timonium will close its doors. Then at 9 a.m. on Friday, Fox Chevrolet in Timonium will reopen for an inventory reduction sale. $6,500 off all 4-door Blazers. That's $4,000 under factory invoice. 0.9 APR available. This is a factory unauthorized event. Inventory reduction sale through Monday at Fox Chevrolet, 60 East Padonia Road, exit 17 off I-83 Timonium. Chevrolet, we'll be there.
Now, your local Insta-weather forecast is just a phone call away. Call the weather line at 410-662-WBAL 24 hours a day. Brought to you by Baltimore Gas and Electric.
Quiet weather this evening with some unseasonably cold temperatures.
The cast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other dissemination or use of this telecast, or of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Well, the sport of basketball is being celebrated tonight here in Washington, D.C., and is being seen all over the world. 210 countries watching this game in 42 different languages. And during the timeout a moment ago, there was a special tribute to the NBA's international fans performed by the cast of the upcoming Broadway show Blast. So a truly international flavor to the NBA All-Star Game. Actually, Doug, this game being seen live at all hours of the night around the world. So you can see some of the broadcasters. There's the Turkish edition of Doug Collins right there. Fourth quarter is underway, and the West up by 19 points. Here's Marbury for three. Well, they say it too. Don Bates said he had the foot on the line.
Well, the East needs a little surge right here, and they've got to do it with their defense, force some turnovers, get out and run.
Divac shoots the three. Ray Allen. It's a game that saw the West immediately jump in front by the score of 11-0. They had a 16-point lead in the first half. Antonio McDyess showing the outside touch. He now has 6, and the West up by 19 with a minute gone by in the fourth. Jerry Stackhouse. Anthony Mason for Stackhouse. And he was stopped by Divac.
Again, every shot challenged at the basket, Marv.
All right, let's check in again with Jim Gray. Jim?
Thank you very much, Marv. Well, you talk about international broadcasters. We're going to have a broadcast team here right now. Kobe Bryant speaks 3 languages, so he's going to do a little Italian for us, and Shaquille O'Neal is going to analyze this game in English. So, Kobe, take over.
Abbiamo Allen Iverson con la palla adesso. Vince Carter sta palleggiando.
He's extraordinary with the ball. He misses. Dikembe with the ball.
Rashid Wallace adesso. Balla fuori campo.
You got to analyze this, Shaq. He's doing a play-by-play, so give us a little analysis, yeah.
What does that mean, analyze?
Marv Albert in your Doug Collins. All right. Allen Iverson adesso palleggiando la palla. Vince Carter. Allen Iverson a canestro. Passa, Mutombo, Stackhouse adesso. Ma chi tira? Carter. La bomba. Non va. Mutombo.
Goaltending. They should have called that goaltending. Italian.
No, what? I don't think we have a future in broadcasting. I think we just... We just send it back to Doug and Marv, man. We need to stick to on the court.
Look at Kenny.
All right, guys. Well, the good news is they may not be speaking the same language, but they're communicating very well. Guys, good luck in the second half of the season.
Good job, Kitty.
Marv? I don't know. I like that call. La Bamba. I think Kobe had it down. Shaq, I thought, was confused. He's the color man. He's also doing play-by-play. 9.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Iverson. It's a 93-74 lead for the West. And the West now with Gary Payton at the point. Here's Vlade Divac, stopped by Dikembe Mutombo. Nice dish. Finley can't hit. Finley again. That time he was able to beat Mutombo.
Isn't it amazing? The minute Dikembe comes into the game, it's like you just cannot get around the basket. That guy so alters the game.
Vince Carter is back. Iverson and Allen in the backcourt. Stackhouse up front along with Carter and Mutombo. Foul is called. Timeout taken. 8:55 remaining in the fourth. La Bamba.
Lakers Pacers in a finals rematch caps a triple header next Sunday.
Dale, what's the 4-letter word for farm wagon?
Need a ride? Pick up specially marked Coke and you could win a ride with one of the Coke Racing family drivers. Plus, race tickets and passes to the Coca-Cola Racing Family Reunion.
Abundant power, rugged real-time four-wheel drive, and a deceptively large amount of headroom.
Hi. We just wanted to let you know your blinker's been on.
The CR-V from Honda.
Change things up. Get a little wild.
Mix things up with McDonald's new taste menu and pile on the bacon. Try our mouth-watering bacon, egg, and cheese bagel and our zesty bacon ranch crispy chicken sandwich. Just a couple of the unexpected tastes you'll find on our always changing new taste menu.
We love to see you smile.
Blue from American Express.
The 50th NBA All-Star Game is brought to you by Original Coors. When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors. By the Honda CR-V. Spontaneity comes standard. By McDonald's. We love to see you smile. And by Blue from American Express.
Lewis Johnson back at the All-Star Game, and I'm joined by a man who would love to be playing tonight, but unfortunately still managing this kidney disorder. Alonzo, the most important question, how is your health right now?
My health is okay. It's not where I wanted to be. Let me tell you what, my biggest challenge has really been having to be patient, to tell you the truth. Listening to my doctors, not the disease, but just having to gain a certain amount of patience.
The amazing thing to me, Alonzo, is you didn't play any games this year, but still over 900,000 fans voted for you to be at this game. What does that say to you?
Man, I was flattered, number one, you know, and I want to thank everybody out there who voted for me. It lets me know that a lot of people out there appreciate the efforts and the work that I put forth in the past on this court, you know, and that goes, I guess it went a long way with them.
Now, you've gotten busy with your foundation, and I've heard some stories about players and managers and agents pitching in, Cubans giving $50,000, guys contributing game checks. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a lot of help and support from the guys in the league, as well as the owner, Mickey Harrison. He donated $100,000, you know, and our main focus right now is to pretty much try to raise as much money as possible, and I'm matching every dollar that's being donated, raise as much money as possible. People who are less fortunate than we are, you know, we've been blessed to be put in the situation we're in now. I tried to open up an avenue, you know, a doorway where they can go in and try to give back, you know, and this is giving us an opportunity to help those who are dealing with this disease, to help them who can't afford the medications, at the same time to educate doctors and to try to find a cure for the disease.
Any chance you think you'll get back on the court next year?
It's in God's hands, and I've been praying to him every night, you know, but evidently he doesn't want me to play basketball right now. There's some other things that he wants me to do, but when it's time, he's going to let me know.
All right, from all of us at NBC, we wish you a speedy recovery and good luck with everything, Alonzo.
Appreciate it. Thank you. God bless.
All right. Back to you, Marv.
All right, thank you, Lewis. Incidentally, Alonzo celebrated his 31st birthday this past Friday with fans over at the Jam session here in town.
You know, Marv, I was with him most of the summer when he was over playing in the Olympics, and I had no idea at all that he was sick. And I mean, you couldn't see it in the way he played or the way he practiced, the way he came to do things every day. But I will tell you this, and being around him most of the summer, I got to see such a different side of him. We see the warrior, we see his competitiveness, but I got to see a gentle spirit and a great guy. And we all wish him well and get back out as soon as possible.
Yes. Here's Allen, able to finish in the East in the midst of a run. So they cut it down to 14 with 7:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Alonzo Mourning also recently donated $50,000 to the foundation that Dikembe Mutombo has set up. Dikembe now halfway to his goal of raising $15 million to build that 300-bed hospital in his native Congo, his target to break ground in September. 7-0 run by the East. Gary Payton sits down, replaced by Jason Kidd. 5 on the shot clock. Michael Finley just took a shot from Allen Iverson. Both shaken up. Here's Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse of the Detroit Pistons, averaging 29 a game. That's number 3 in scoring in the NBA. That's a 9-0 run off the 2 by Stackhouse, and it's now 95-83. The West lead is 12.
You can see right now the East really scrambling, helping each other out on defense. Mutombo inside, changing the shots, and if they can do this and get out and run, still plenty of time to get back in this game.
Iverson met by Robinson, had to pull it back. Here's Allen.
That would have been big there. That would have cut it to 8.
Jason Kidd looking to put a move on Ray Allen. Here's David Robinson, and bottled up and fouled.
See, David Robinson is a left-handed player, but when you close out on him, you have to play him as a righty. He always drives to his right hand, and it's very difficult to do that because you're so used to him shooting that ball with his left hand.
Foul number 4 on Mutombo. Reminder, next Sunday, starting at 12 noon Eastern, a star-studded NBA tripleheader coming your way. Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Karl Malone, Chris Webber, and much, much more leading the way, and then capping it all off in the nightcap. It's Kobe and the Lakers going up against Reggie Miller and the Pacers. That's next Sunday. Tripleheader starting 12 noon Eastern time. And a reminder, join TBS this coming Tuesday night. The Sacramento Kings travel to Salt Lake City to face the Utah Jazz. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern start. So it's now an 11-1 run off the bucket by Carter. 13 points for Carter. 96-85. The West with the lead. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the 4th. Robinson. David Robinson has 8 points.
Well, just to follow up on that King-Jazz game, Karl Malone went to Rick Adelman. He says, Coach, he said, you don't have to play me anymore the rest of the day. Let these younger guys play. They play each other, get the first game out. So Rick Adelman said, fine. So Karl Malone will not play anymore today.
Finley. Oh, put home by McDyess. There's Karl Malone, the NBA's greatest power forward of all time. 2-time MVP. MVP of the 89 All-Star game and co-most valuable player back in 93.
The interesting thing to me about Karl Malone is to read all of his quotes this week. He went to a stage and he even said it. I was a little bit anti-league, anti-All-Star game. As I'm getting older, I understand how important it is for me to be behind all these things, and you've seen him be very involved this week.
Bill Russell didn't just position himself under the net like all the other rebounders. No, he positioned himself where he figured the shot would bounce off the rim. And then he moved to the ball quickly. How many rebounds can you grab that way? About 21,620.
Expect more from an original Coors, brewed in Golden, Colorado.
Original Coors. Pour yourself a tall one.
With four-wheel double wishbone suspension, the CR-V is the SUV that drives like a Honda.
He wants your nuggets.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Slowly put them down.
I don't see you putting yours down.
Oh, he's closer to you.
He is?
Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets. Delicious pieces of all white meat.
You can take them.
Okay.
Try Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets.
They're just too good to give up.
Across the country, their loyal fans have come to see them play. This year, the WNBA is coming to them.
Everybody ready to get on the bus? Yeah!
So come along for the ride and stay tuned for the WNBA's Stories from the Road.
They've been a team together for years. Lock the doors. NBC Monday.
Nice neighborhood.
Their worst fear will happen. One of their own will fall. Who will it be? Third watch, The Shot. NBC Monday.
At about this time, when you're involved with the NBA All-Star Game, to start thinking about MVP candidates, and there are 3 players from the West who have been standing out.
You see Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, and also Chris Webber. So if Tim Duncan gets it, that will be his second in a row. That's who P.J. Carlesimo picked before the game, so I'm sure P.J.'s up there rooting for his favorite.
Tim sharing the honors last year with Shaq. 24 points, 14 rebounds last season. That's a 3 for Stackhouse. And the West leading now 100-90. How about Dikembe Mutombo? 19 rebounds in 23 minutes. Here's Kidd. And make it rebound number 20. The last player with 20 rebounds in an All-Star game. Charles Barkley with 21 in 1991. 100-93. The East hanging around. Carter now has 16 points.
Look at the level of the defense start to pick up now. The game is in the balance. Both teams want to win.
Finley lost it. Recovered by Robinson. And he's fouled. There are 9 voters taking part in the MVP poll. I see you are on the list, Mr. Collins.
Nobody's come over here, though, to try to sway me in any way.
I see the ballot, yeah.
I'll have to wait and see here if anybody tries to come over. And
are you expecting some lobbyists to drop by? We are in the nation's capital.
Everybody's got a price, you know that.
I'll look at the leading scores. Oh, really? For the East, Carter, 16, 15 apiece for Iverson and Allen. Duncan leading the way with 14. Bryant with 13. Now Kobe posting on Marbury. Here comes Iverson. Bryant. It's only a 7-point game with 4.5 to go. Iverson, does he get the continuation? Yes, he does. It counts, and the foul, and it's down to a 5-point West lead.
I love this, the fact that it got down to this point in the game, 5 minutes to go. The game is in the balance. You're going to see the competitive nature of every one of these players now surface. Allen Iverson with the great drive to finish, the opportunity now for a 3-point play, which he gets. It's now a 4-point game. And Mark, the difference is after 15 turnovers in the first half, the East have only 5 here in the second. That's why they're back in this game.
It's a 22-5 run by the East. What a job by Dikembe Mutombo. Put him on the MVP candidate list. It's 21 rebounds from Mutombo, and Larry Brown wants to talk it over. A timeout taken by the Eastern Conference squad. 4:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. The West 100 and the East 96. When we come back, it'll be Eastern Conference ball. Back to Washington in a moment.
Can I get a beer?
Beer, please. Me too.
Michelob Light, please.
All imported hops give Michelob Light a smooth, satisfying taste you won't find in an ordinary beer.
Have a nice day.
Beer or Michelob Light?
Can we get a picture of beer?
Without handles, I'll be without control. Without soul, without man skills to take it to the hole. I be crossover talent. Shook so bad. ACL start buckling. I be constantly in foul trouble. A point guard's favorite target for triple doubles. I be victimized, facialized, posterized. I be some lone spectator on the other side of the fence. Memory lapse. Wonder where my skills went. What would I be without handles? Game over.
The internet helps you reach millions of customers around the globe. But who's keeping you in touch with the internet?
Fujitsu, the possibilities are infinite.
Blue from American Express.
Seville SDS. The fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
Hey, Rhonda! It's me, Anthony! You want to get together later? The doctor said it's not contagious!
Now, Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
All right, the East with 4 seconds to get it across with the shot clock running down with no problem at all, no pressure at all from the West. And then a foul is called. It's on Bryant. 4:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. Couple of aspects at stake. The game and MVP honors. You see Duncan 14 and 12. Mutombo 21 rebounds. Iverson to the line with the West over the foul limit. The all-time All-Star game record most rebounds in a single game held by Bob Pettit of the old St. Louis Hawks. He had 27 in the All-Star game back in 1962. And Dikembe Mutombo right now has 21.
The game is on now, Marv. The game is on.
It's a two-point game in the East in possession. Carter putting the move on Garnett. Carter could not put it down.
A little excited there, trying to get that back too quickly. You got to get good shots now.
Kidd and Bryant in the backcourt. Duncan, Weber, and Garnett up front. Duncan stopped by Mutombo, and a foul. And the crowd reacts. That's number 5 on Dikembe.
Dikembe has changed this whole game. He's now guarding Duncan. You don't have to help out, so if they're going to go to him, Mutombo's got him locked up down there. His rebounding, his shot blocking, he has given his team a chance to win this game now.
Here's the double on Bryant. Mutombo altered that shot. Here comes Iverson. Kidd is back. Iverson. Rebound McGrady. And the game is tied at 100. And this crowd is now very much into it. Garnett. Yes. The West by 2.
It's going to be very difficult for them to go to Duncan because he's being played by Mutombo, so they could go to Garnett, who's being played by McGrady, or maybe Weber, who's being played by Carter.
Iverson for 3. Allen Iverson will often have bad shooting games, but he'll come up and hit the big shots. He hit a big one here. The East up by 1. It's the first time they've led. Kidd for 3. Kidd able to keep it alive. 2:25 remaining in the fourth. Bryant. Kobe able to recover. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. Duncan is on it, though. Here's Weber. Yes.
Out 4 possessions. What happened, Marv, on that situation? The East were leaking out to try to run. You've got to first get the rebound. Mutombo's telling his teammates, somebody's got to help me in here.
West is led by as many as 21. Nice pass. Carter trying to get it back. Here comes Kidd. Iverson with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds. Allen Iverson with 13 of his 23 points in the fourth quarter.
You can see why Larry Brown loves this guy. Watch him. Comes from nowhere. Tries to tightrope along that sideline. But Marv, you said it so perfectly a while ago as he steps out of bounds. The other night in the Garden, he was having a horrible shooting night. Hit, I think, 2 or 3 shots late to win that game. He will keep attacking you.
In that game, he hit 3 straight from downtown. Carter with the steal. Iverson on the run. Iverson gets it off. Draws the foul. Foul called on Bryant. That is his third. The West already over the limit. 3 team fouls on the East.
Well, the East has heard all year long the West is better. The West is deeper. The West has got all the big players. And you know what? Right now, it's a tie game. Iverson has a chance to put his team in the lead. So this is a big game for them. They want to show, don't discount the Eastern Conference.
Iverson, 82% free throw shooter. So the East takes a 1-point lead. A minute 35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bryant being chased. Bryant able to hit. Marbury chased him down, but Bryant still hit. And the West up by 1. Stephon Marbury handling against Jason Kidd and wants a timeout.
Little strategy here now. Larry Brown's taking a 20. Wants to get a play here together so he makes sure they get a good shot.
Allen Iverson has been the story for the East. 15 of his 25 in the fourth quarter.
Well, great players make great plays. Kobe Bryant going off the screen of Tim Duncan pulls up, and he knows he cannot get to the basket because there is Mount Mutombo. He's been there the entire fourth period, and that little medium-range jump shot gives his team once again a 1-point lead.
Down to a minute 18 remaining in the fourth quarter. And coming up here on NBC.
From the time he was born, his life was a TV show.
Let's do it again? No!
Jim Carrey.
That's amazing.
The Truman Show. NBC tonight.
So it's the West 106, the East 105. It is Eastern Conference ball. 1:15 left in the fourth. Carter for 3. Vince Carter having his difficulties down the stretch.
So he's got to play with Kevin Garnett with a hand in his face. Kevin Garnett 6'11" with that long reach, so he's not going to get any easy shots.
Bryant, yes, Kobe Bryant with 2 clutch buckets. He now has 17. The West leads by 3. Marbury for 3, yes, and he's tied the game at 1:08.
And Kobe Bryant wants the ball once again. He's made the last 2 baskets. They double him and force him to give it up. Jason Kidd might have to shoot the ball here as Iverson is just leaving him wide open.
Bryant.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Mutombo ran out at him. 3 unbelievable shots in a row here by Kobe Bryant.
A stirring finish to this 50th NBA All-Star game. The West by 2. Marbury for 3 again. Stephon Marbury has given the East a 1-point lead. 25 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Kobe Bryant has scored the last 6 points for the West. Here's the double on Kobe.
They have a foul to give. The East does. So if they let this wind down, they can take a foul.
3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. There's the foul given by Marbury.
What sensational shooting, clutch shooting. Kobe Bryant with the outside jump shot. Marbury comes back and one-ups him with the 3. This once again ties the game. And Kobe again with another answer. This time, Mutombo comes flying at him, gets a hand up. He really can't even see the basket, and again knocks it down. And Marbury comes back, spectacular shooting. Stephon Marbury steps back behind the 3, buries another one. The East by 1, 10.9 seconds remaining.
Meet Aztec with new Versatrack all-wheel drive. Meet Sarah and Jake.
He's my snowman.
They're about to
beat a path.
How's that all-wheel drive treating you?
All-wheel drive or superior driving?
Superior driving, sweetie.
That's what I thought.
From the fridge. Baby carrot?
Then they
let it slide.
Up to it!
Don't touch my gear. All aboard. Gloves, snack pack, maps. This is gonna be slim.
meet Aztec, quite possibly the most versatile vehicle on the planet. By Pontiac.
Ever found yourself here? Waiting for the privilege of paying just to get in? That's how people feel when they realize how much they've been paying for internet access.
You, on the other hand, are no fool.
You log on to the internet using Net Zero. It's fast, reliable, and it's totally free. You'll never find a better service. Ever, ever, ever. Net Zero. Not just free internet access, the best internet access.
Tommy, I think we should have a talk about responsible spending.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
If this is the way you sound to your kids when you talk about spending,
Visa bucks, blah, blah, blah.
Give them a Visa Bucks card. The prepaid spending card you put money on and teens can use wherever Visa's accepted. You set the limits and kids learn some responsibility.
Why didn't he just say Visa bucks?
Well, still 10 and 9/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, but here are the results of the NBA.com polling for most valuable player. We were talking about guys from the West earlier, but the East turning it around, coming back from a 21-point deficit. So Allen Iverson leading the way. How about Stephon Marbury with the clutch shooting down the stretch, along with Kobe Bryant?
Well, now with Jason Kidd staying on the floor, it'll be interesting to see if Iverson runs off of him, goes to Kobe, forces Kobe to pass, and maybe make Jason Kidd take the shot.
All right, here's Kidd. The East up by 1. Down to 5. Marbury guarding Bryant. Down to 3. Marbury trying to get to Bryant. Duncan came up short, and it's over. The East comes from 21 down to defeat the West. They outscore the West 41-21 in the fourth quarter.
Marv, that's one of the best all-star games I've ever seen. Just the big plays, getting back in the game. And you know what? Mutombo, probably not going to get the MVP, but he gave his team a chance to win, and for Marbury and Iverson to shine at the end of that game and give them a chance to win this basketball game. Look who changed the shot, Mutombo, and then here's Vince Carter on the rotation coming over, getting a piece of Duncan's shot. And the East is very, very excited. Down 21, they come back and get the win.
Here's the last opportunity by Duncan. Weber had a crack at it, not able to hit on the reverse. Dikembe Mutombo finished in his 28 minutes with 22 rebounds, 3 blocked shots.
Marv, don't tell me these guys don't care about winning. When that game was on the line, you saw exactly the competitive instincts come out.
And Allen Iverson, 25 points in his 27 minutes, along with 5 assists. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thank you very much, Marv. It is now time to present this game's MVP, and to make that presentation, here's the Commissioner, David Stern.
Allen, you showed tonight, along with a spectacular cast of the world's greatest ball players, why NBA action is so fantastic. It shows why we know that great play can be wrapped, you'll pardon the expression, in very small packages. Congratulations, the MVP of the 2001 All-Star Game.
24 of the world's greatest players here tonight, and you are the star of stars. That's got to feel extra special, especially being home.
It's definitely special. Where's my coach? Where's my coach? Coach Brown. Is he around? This is a tribute to Coach Brown, my teammates, my family, my friends, all the fans that been loving me from day one. Just is a tribute to them. I cherish this for the rest of my life. I'm out here playing with the greatest players in the world. I'm at my second home, my home away from home. Coach Thompson, I love you. Ma, I love you. Tiara, Tawana, my kids, I love you.
All right, congratulations, man, on a great performance.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's go back tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Ahmad. A magnificent homecoming. He's from Hampton, Virginia. Allen Iverson leading that 37-15 run by the East to run it out and win by 1 after trailing by as many as 21. Again, the final score in an All-Star Classic. The East 111, the West 110. Coming up on NBC, except on the West Coast, it's The Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey. For Doug Collins, Jim Cray, Lewis Johnson, Ahmad Rashad, Kevin Johnson, PJ Carlissimo, I'm Marv Albert. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching the 50th NBA All-Star Game on NBC.